Yeah. What up, though? Y'all know what this is. Back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another one. Feels good to be back, man. Missed y'all. Hope y'all miss me too. Yeah, they told me the late nights won't be the same without me. All right, we'll see what we can do for a little bit. Gonna be here for a good bit, not a long time, but we're gonna be here to get the message across. We ain't gotta oversaturate the time and be here all night going into the morning. We're gonna get this job done and be gone. Gotta damn, did the shit cut off? Yo. Okay, so it's 2 of them. All right. Oh. All right, let me run the intro and we'll be back. Something's wrong with that.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I awake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet. These niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your area. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his, He said if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit. Mother, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, get walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real. But I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad side.
Check 1, 2. What it do? What's popping, man? What's happening? What's going on? You back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking These Damn Beats. How y'all feel? What's the deal? Hope this broadcast find you in good spirits, good health, good prosperity. God knows we all need it. All right, man. We got to talk about it, man. Y'all know what we here for. Y'all see the title, see the thumbnail. We got to talk about it, man. We got a fight. Got a fight this week. Actually, we got a few fights this week. Got a lot of fights this week. Got, of course, Terence Crawford making his return to the ring after a little over a year of a layoff. It's not the fight we want, but it's the fight that we got to get, right? Definitely not the fight we wanted. I'm on record of saying that. But in the meantime, in between time, we are going to see pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world go in the ring and does what he do best. Put lefts and rights on a guy. So let's hope David Avanesian has some durability. Of course, he is ranked number 6 in the WBO. We're going to see what he can do. Teofimo Lopez as well. It's returning to the ring. I think he has a tough fight ahead of him. I do not think this is going to be a walk in the park for Teofimo Lopez against Sandor Martin. Looks like Sandor Martin, but I think it's pronounced Sandor Martin. I think he's the Spaniard. And, man, I'm excited about it. He beat Mikey Garcia, and then then the next fight after that, I forgot who he fought, but he won the title, right? But Teo was looking pretty damn good in his last fight, so we got to talk about it. Teo had a lot to say in his interview that dropped yesterday. Again, was it yesterday or the day before? With Brian Custon. Now, unfortunately, that interview was pre-recorded. That was before Pedraza had pulled out of the fight for a injury. They said a non-COVID related injury, but we don't know what that injury is, but we'll talk about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it. But we got to do the members only roll call. I would be remiss if we didn't do that, because without you guys, the show wouldn't be the show at this level. So we're going to talk all about it, and we're going to have a good time while we do it. Let me say something too, man. The undercard for Tank Davis was announced. I didn't do a video on that yesterday. Just had a lot of other things going on. But we got to talk about that undercard. Stacked undercard. Shout out to Showtime. Also, man, next week we got a big fight that I want to see. I want to see Michelle Rivera versus Frank Martin, man. Make some noise for them. Two young, undefeated lions getting in the ring. So this is going to be a damn good one. Shout out to Lisa Bells. She in the building early. Ben Adams, what up? Mike Anderson, what up? All right, let me go on and do this neighbors only roll call, and we're going to get this thing popping the way only we can do it. And we got to talk about it. Let's do it. Where we at?
What up?
There we go. All right, shout out to Karma Serene.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
That guy Clips 330.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
Ben Adams.
What up?
Juan Epoxy Magic.
What up?
Kevin Brower.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it.
What up, gangsta?
Deuce Times.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Queen Snow Bunny. Miss Queen Snow Bunny. What up?
What up?
God Body News.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Matty Yoel.
What up?
C. Jones 0224.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell. She never fails.
What up?
Cooking with the champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
New Media Today USA Boxing.
What up?
HL Deezy. What up, fam?
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
B-Dub, a.k.a. Brandon Washington.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Lady Shan Dun Dem Season.
What up?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
Puto.
What up?
D-Bevel the Champ.
What up?
Rob G Films.
What up?
And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Make some noise for everybody. Make some noise for yourself. Oh yeah. Now, if y'all didn't see this Teofimo Lopez fight, this thing was pretty interesting. Lonzo Mason, what up? It was pretty interesting. Now, he had a lot of things to say in here, and we're going to react to it. Oh, my God. Truly entertaining, to say the least. To say it was entertaining might be an understatement. This guy, man, say what you want to about Teofimo Lopez. You ain't got to like the kid, but one thing we can't deny, this kid is entertaining. He's a star, man. He's definitely a star. He's definitely got the swagger, got the energy. Not too shy about biting his tongue neither. Like he gonna get them bars off. He gonna tell you how you feel, and he's gonna say some shit that's gonna make you mad a little bit too. But I love it though. I love the energy. This is the kind of energy I wish a lot of young fighters had. But let's just jump right into it. We got Brian Custard on the mic. And he's gonna ask him some good questions. He's gonna ask him about, hey, look, some people say after you lost, you was making excuses, like Wilder-like excuses. You know what I'm saying? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Put a case on it. I was like, whoa. I was like, yo, you said that to his face? Wilder-like excuses? Okay. Wonder how Wilder feels about that, or his fans, You say you're making Wilder-like excuses. I don't know. Some people ain't gonna like it, but we're gonna talk about it. Let's get right into it. We're gonna react to this interview, and we're gonna see what you guys think about it. Without further ado, let me share the screen so y'all know what I mean. Matter of fact, let me do it this way. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it this way. Let's share the audio this way so y'all can hear it a little bit better. I'm gonna plug it right into the mixer. And yeah, the room will populate as it populates. If not, we cool too.
So Snake,
Gonna run it just like this. So let me, boom. And y'all give me a mic check. Y'all let me know how this sounds.
Still feel as powerful.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, y'all can hear it.
In the East.
Yeah, y'all can hear it because I can hear it loud and clear. All right, here we go. Let's get into it.
Is in the East and matchups to remember. Sundays, the NFL is on CBS.
It's the last stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
It sounds like Brian Custer did his own intro right there. It's the last stand, and here's your host, Brian Custer. Me, nigga. Imagine me doing that. Welcome back to Breaking Beats with your host, Mark Nash. Like, nigga, that's you. But like, let's go.
That's right. It is the last stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. Joining us today is one of the former unified lightweight.
He called him unified. Notice that. Did you notice that early on? He's going to call him unified a couple times. Tio is going to refer to himself as undisputed. That's key. That's key. He's going to keep referring to himself as undisputed and trying to be a two-time unified, two-time undisputed. Brian Custer is going to keep calling him unified. Is he taking a shot? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Champion of the world. He's now campaigning at 140 pounds. He's known as the Takeover. Teofimo Lopez joins us back on the last stand. Teofimo, it's been a while. Welcome back to the last stand.
It's great to be here. It's great to be back. Definitely it's been a while, and definitely a lot has happened throughout our last time. So definitely looking forward to talking about these things with you on the last stand. And thank you for having me.
Well, let's get right into it. How does it feel now fighting at 140 pounds? Does the weight feel comfortable for you? Do you still feel as powerful and as fast as you were at 135?
Honestly, I feel much better, if it makes sense now, because it took me a while. It took me that last fight that I had with Campa to get my body accustomed to everything, and getting used to everything that happened to my previous fight with Cambosis, healing from all that at the same time. Now I feel at this time, getting into ready with Pedraza and everything, I feel much better. I feel much stronger. I feel more I'm more comfortable at this weight right now than I was, I think, my last fight.
Hey, look. All right. Now, he said he's more comfortable at his weight than he was at his last fight, and he definitely seemed a lot more comfortable in his last fight that we saw. Well, his first fight we saw at 140. So shout out to Teofimo Lopez Jr. Some say he stayed at 135 too long, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go. I'm ready to get to this smoke. Go ahead, Brian Custer. Let's get to that heat. Let's go.
And how long do you see yourself fighting at 140?
I see myself fighting at 140 as long as till my body says, it's time to move up. So it could be a couple years, who knows? So it could be a year. It depends, My goal really is to become a two-time undisputed champion. So it's really like, how do I navigate there? Just beating the guys they put in front of me, and then next year fighting for those world titles and collecting them.
Yeah, so you got Jose Pedraza, December 10th at the Garden. Now,
well, it's not Jose Pedraza anymore. It's Sandor Martin. So to be clear, it's not Jose Pedraza anymore.
The sniper has been winless in his last two fights. How do you see this one playing out in the ring?
It's going to be a great fight, overall. He's Puerto Rican. He's someone that definitely has a fan base, and he's someone that he's a former two-time world champion at the same time. So it's not someone that is just a walk in the park. He had a tough fight against Richard Coleman, his last fight. It's just,
we know all of that. He ain't even about to fight Pedraza.
Not necessarily the opponent that I
would. We're going to skip that because he ain't even fighting him. Let's go to this next question.
On Heisman night.
I read.
I'm going to hurt him bad, though.
So I'm gonna hurt him bad. Talk Tio.
I read you said, hey, look, good opponent, but not necessarily the opponent that I would have won. But tell me why. Why is that?
Well, because I'm someone that goes straight to the heads. I like going to the head honchos, the guys that are like the ones that they think are the best. Any champion out there. That's the champion mindset that we have. It's a champion heart. And
hey, shout out to my boy Champion Hart. He gave you a shout out.
Going in there, it's like I didn't just come here just to fight just randoms or anybody, just to build my record. I came here to make a statement. We did it with Lomachenko, and it's just all about doing it at 140 and then moving up to 147 and just knocking them down. Pedraza, I'm not overlooking him.
He said, and moving up to 147. Let's go, Tio.
It was either him or Barboza. And I already had told him Barboza ain't a big fish for me. It's not really anything for me.
Whoa, shots fired at Barboza. Shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
What y'all think about that, gang? Y'all think Teo versus Barboza would have been a good fight?
I mean, that's too easy.
Let me know.
It's too easy. He couldn't even beat. He almost got dropped his last fight. So it's
To be fair, you got dropped, bro. You can't say somebody almost got dropped. You know what I'm saying? I like Lopez now, but I got to put a case on him. Come on, Lopez. You can't be up there talking about he almost got dropped in his last fight, bro. 2 fights ago, you did get dropped, and you let that boy take all your shit back over to Australia.
You know, but we're just working on it now, and just putting on a great performance December 10th.
You know, your father says, listen, you guys want Josh Taylor after Pedraza. Is that the plan? Is that what you want?
Yes, that is the plan. You know, I know Bob mentioned something about that a couple weeks back in an interview. He mentioned that me and Taylor, after his fight against Cataro, if he's successful, we can make a fight happen in the UK. You know, and that's something.
That'll be major. That'll be a major fight right there. Teo versus Josh Taylor at 140. I don't know how much longer Josh Taylor can be at 140, though, man. He's a big guy, bro. He's a big dude coming down to 140. Josh Taylor, I'm talking about. But damn, man, Teo versus Josh Taylor. Y'all want to see that? In the UK, press 1. If, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, press A. Give me an A in the chat if you want to see Teo versus Josh Taylor. Or press B for bullshit. Let's go.
I'm looking forward to. I'll go out there, you know, just trying to collect those belts. You know, even the WBA. I know the WBC and the WBO right now, they're making their, well, not the WBO, the IBF. But yeah, so all those things, you know, we're just trying to find ways to become a champion and do it all over again.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Well, you know,
I ain't mad at you. Be a champ again. Let's go, champ.
Interesting thing is you have Alberto Puello. He's a champion now at 140. Regis Prograis, he's fighting for the WBC title here. And he says he's putting the whole division on notice. Do any of those fights interest you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fighter, man. I am always going to be. I love to fight. You know, no matter what, blood, sweat, and tears is my name. You know, I bleed for this. So it's really just making these fights happen, really. You know, I look forward to seeing Cepeda and Prograis. I think it's going to be a good fight, good matchup, a good brawl. You know, and may the best man win so that we could scrap.
I love hearing it from you. Again, I was reading some quotes from your father, and he says, mark my words, Teofimo will be the undisputed champion at 140 pounds by the end of 2023. Do you believe that?
I do. I think the moment I get that first belt, that's it. Yeah.
Damn. Now, his dad said he's going to be the undisputed champion again by the end of 2023. I think Teo's gonna push it back a little bit to 2024 in this part of his interview. Let's hear it.
No, once I get that first belt, we are able to unify and keep going and just keep collecting from there. Maybe not 2023. It could be 2024, beginning of 2024. You know, because it takes a while. It does. You know, right now all the belts are kind of separated right now, so it's gonna take 3-4 fights. You know, next year we're looking at.
Ben Adams, I don't know if he gonna beat. I don't think Regis gonna beat this guy so easy, man. Based off Regis' last fight, I got to see how Teo look in this fight versus Sandor Martin. But I'm telling you, man, y'all be thinking Teo's sweet, man. This kid can fight, man. This kid is explosive, fast, still got those twitchy muscles. Like Teo can scrap, yo.
Trying to fight 3 times, you know, somewhere in March, April, then in the summer, and then back again Heisman night. So. Just those are the plans. Those are the things that we have in mind. However, you know, none of these are going to happen unless we go and do what we got to do December 10th against Jose Pedraza.
Now, listen, we know Teofimo Lopez was a beast at 135. My question is Teofimo an elite fighter at 140?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think all these guys know it. So when they're talking, if you notice, now that I came into the division.
Here we go. He done warmed up now about 5 minutes in. The boy done warmed up. In his interview. Your boy done warmed up. Watch what Teo said. He about to start talking that ish. I love it too. Let's go.
More people talking about 140. A lot of people talking smack now. Prograis is now starting to talk more. You know what I mean? Like Reach is starting to talk more. He's always been that type, but no one really got him out that comfort zone, you know? But I talk my shit too, and he know that. So when that time come, I'm a real dog too, you know, when it comes to everything. And I just think that when it comes to stylistic fights and everything, I'm too fast for these guys. Way too fast. They're too how can I say, they're too forward. You know, they're so easy to figure out, man. And I just can't wait to display that when we get these fights going. I am that guy.
Talk that talk, T.O.
I am that guy. I am.
Whether
the
you
best.
believe it or not, man, he believe it.
All
That's all that matters.
Because they ain't got shit on Teofimo.
He said they ain't got shit on me.
You know, after the Kambosos fight, did you ever get a sense that maybe Top Rank was down on you, or maybe that the relationship was strained?
Good question.
After you took the loss to Kambosos?
No. If anything, it is what it is.
I don't know how I feel about that. I disagree with him. He definitely was out here talking about people set him up, though. He was out here saying the zone set him up, Triller set him up, the judges. Like, he did have some complaints about everybody. So I don't know how true that is. Let's go.
It's part of you know what they say is like business, not personal. So, but I think that's BS. However, hey, you know, it's all about just, you know, brushing my shoulders off and keep it moving. You know, we don't ever fail. You know what? The time we actually do fail is when we quit.
There you go.
And there's no quitting Teofimo. So we're looking at just taking over, Takeover 2.0. You know, takeover.
Let's
just,
go.
Put it on a show for everybody. Really, man. I'm an entertainer. I can't do what I do without the crowd, without the people, without the fans, without the communities together. I can't be who I am. I can't be that takeover. I can't be that inspiration for all the kids. So I'm looking forward to really, hopefully, God willing, that these fighters are true at what they're meaning to say. And that if they want to fight us, fucking make it happen, please.
Woo.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
He said, "Woo, make it happen, please." I like the energy, man. I like T.O.'s energy. This is how you want your fighters to be talking out here, man. You want them to be out there saying, "Yo, line them up. I'm gonna knock him down. Line him up. I'm gonna knock him down." And that's where he at with it. That's what he sound like. So I'm not mad at the kid. I promise I'm not mad at the kid. I like the energy. Philip H., the all-time great. What up, my brother?
After that loss, and not necessarily, I think, for actually losing the fight, but people kept writing about the reasons why you lost, and many called them Deontay Wilder type excuses.
He said people said you had Deontay Wilder excuses. To be fair, he never blamed the opponent for cheating, right? He never said he never blamed the opponent, he didn't blame the ref, and he didn't blame his trainer. To be fair, he didn't go all the way Wilder on it, right?
Who, you know, obviously you criticized after he lost. Yeah. In retrospect, do you think you should have just said, you know what, I lost the fight and that's it?
No, because there's more to it than that.
I know that's right. Also, too, shout out to Showtime, keeping the consistency. They had Terence Crawford over here. He's fighting on BLK Prime. Showtime got T.O. over here who's fighting on ESPN. I like that Showtime is doing that. You get what I'm saying with the platform. Because they don't have to do that. They could have just said, keep the money. We don't need the promo budget. But let's go.
Honestly, there's more to it than that. And no one else out there is going to know that. But at least the people that are in the sport of the boxing and everything in the world, I'm not someone that goes out like that. Can't. Especially when it comes to being an undisputed champion and defending your titles. Even if it goes to a split decision, look what they did with Taylor. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. You really got to beat the champ. I know a lot of people were talking about how I looked after the fight, you know, but it's cool. You know, I'm just looking forward to putting on a show.
Still sound like he won. Still sound like he think he won. That's my only take with T.O. Like, yo, that's my biggest take with this guy, yo. He never congratulated the man. Never said good scrap, good fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it back. Blah, blah, blah. He never. Yo, look at the screen right here. Look at this move he does right here. Can y'all see this? He ducks down, does a punch behind the back and turns with the guy, throws another left. Boom. Then 1-2. Foul. Who does that? Now, that shot ain't even like no punch that's really going to hurt you a lot, but it's definitely confusing your opponent in there. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm getting hit from every angle as soon as I dip down. Look at that move. Oh, man, beautiful.
And I really looking forward to maybe even making a fight with Kambosos in a rematch. We can look at that sometime if he moves up to 140. I mean, who else is he gonna fight? I mean, he didn't have anybody. I made both of those guys, Haney and Kambosos.
Hold up. Now this is what people don't like. They don't like the hit. Now, how you say you made Now, why you say he made Haney? Did you? He didn't make Devin Haney, and you didn't make Kambosos. Kambosos beat you, man. Come on now, bro. He beat you. He beat you, man. It is what it is. It was a good scrap, too. It was a damn war. I loved it.
So it's like, who are
that shit could have been fight of the year. I don't know if it was. Was that fight of the year last year? It should be.
These guys, you know, Haney's going to fight Loma, hopefully. I think Haney beats Loma.
Okay, there you go.
The way Loma looked against Ortiz, but you know, things could change. You know, maybe he needed that to get that ring rust off.
Sometimes you need to get that ring rust off.
It's funny that you brought that up because I was going to ask you, do you think Loma is still the same guy you fought?
No. Nah, man. Nobody's the same after they fight me. No one. I do a lot of damage to these fighters, and I do it in different ways, and I take a lot out of them. So, you know, especially with guys like Lomachenko, who's always on the move, always moving, always throwing punches, and especially when it goes to those championship rounds, you have to have that win. That wins.
Now Loma felt that power early, and Loma was like, "Yo, we just gonna wait this shit out for a few rounds. Let this kid slow down, let his power decrease a little bit." Loma definitely felt them shots early, but right there at the end, Loma picked up and Teo dropped down. I was like, man, this fight is getting close. The more it went, I was like, damn, this fight is getting close. It's getting close for my boy. But shit, he pulled it off. I had money on Lopez that night too. I was like, man, something telling me, man, this kid gonna pull it off. He gonna pull it off. I thought Loma was a little overrated at the time, and I just think, like, as good as he is, let me rephrase. He's not overrated. It's just against these younger, strong guys. Yeah, that's in their 20s. Yeah, this guy in his 30s, man. I just think these kids could have beat him. I thought Devin could have beat him. I had Lopez beating him. So we're gonna see.
And that second win. So it's you know, I don't believe that Loma is the same guy. I think that his age is starting to catch up on top of him defending his country.
Teach what up.
It has a lot of wear and tear to do with it.
At any time,
Philip H said the only thing that bothered me is he does a lot of complaining nowadays. He didn't always talk like that. I don't hear him doing a lot of complaining too much right now. I just hear him just saying, hey, yo. I be hearing a lot of sneak dissing. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a fighter. He's actually going to be able to get in the ring and do whatever he says or try to do whatever he said to these guys. So I ain't mad at him talking shit. But yeah, I didn't like the excuses. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, man. I tell you, man, these guys train hard. They work their whole life to be in a certain position. And yeah, going in there and taking a loss like that, I always use the example of like a NASCAR driver who gets in a bad accident. It's hard, man, to get behind that wheel again and put that foot all the way to the metal, because everything you thought you knew didn't go right one day. And it could have cost you your life, you know. So it takes a lot, man.
Time, and especially now that Devin is undisputed at 135. At any time did you say to yourself, man, I should have fought this dude?
Which one? Devin?
Devin.
Good question. He said, man, do you think, like, man, you should have fought him back then? But shit, I ain't mad at him. Devin didn't have all the titles. Loma had all the titles, so
it ain't.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that we were gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Now I did hear him say. Now he's saying that's what we was gonna do. But I remember him saying, "Yo, it was a setup. They knew I was gonna drop the belts. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna drop all the belts." So part of him saying they had set him up. But okay.
I'm all in to fight Haney. Haney just overpriced himself, so Top Rank was like, "We're not gonna pay that." You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna pay Haney when he didn't have a belt or anything like that for $8 million. You know, they're not gonna give Haney $8 million to fight me. They're not. Honestly, I'll fight Haney for free, but
he said I'll fight him for free. He said I'll fight him for free. Okay, so according to him, Haney priced himself out. He priced himself out and he wanted $8 million. All right, next time y'all talk to Bill Haney, somebody ask him that. Is that true that Haney wanted $8 million for the Teofimo Lopez fight?
No, for real, I would. I mean, I fought Loma basically for free. I went back home with like $500,000.
Oh, damn.
But with 4 belts, you know?
That hurts. That's messed up. He said, damn. He said he went home with 500,000.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'll fight that boy for free because honestly, I just want him out. I want him out.
I know they're gonna get mad that he said boy. He don't mean it like that, y'all. I'm sure he don't mean it like that. I'll fight that boy for free. He didn't. Come on, y'all. I already know how y'all gonna do. Nah, he ain't mean it like that, but I like the energy though.
To be honest, I want a lot of these guys that are in my sport right now. I just want them out. I want to X them out. I want to fuck up people's business. I want to destroy what they have in mind. They're playing.
Oh man. He said, I want everybody to go through what I went through. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. Sound like a bitter. He sound a little bitter right here. I like Lopez, but he sound a little bitter right here. He was like, man, I want to mess up their plans. I want them out my sport. I want to X them out. I like the energy though. Let's go.
Out. I want him out. To be honest, I want a lot of these guys that are in my sport right now. I just want them out. I want to X them out. I want to fuck up people's business. I want to destroy what they have in mind, their plans. I don't care. This is a takeover. You know what I mean? I'm there to I want to dog them. You know, there's too many people scheming under my sport, and I don't like that. So I'll take less. I'll take nothing because that's how much I believe in myself.
Wow. What about Tank versus Ryan Garcia? What do you think about that fight?
Are they fighting?
Well, you know, they both agreed, and it looks like this is a fight that now is going to go down at the beginning of 2023.
I thought it was going to be – I saw something where they had posted, I think DraftKings or something, where they already have Tank, and if they're willing to do it for the right money, because that's what they're really going to do it for.
Yeah, ain't no title.
Someone's going to lose. Someone's either going to get knocked out or someone's going to have to take a loss. But it's not really a loss because we all win at the end because now we're seeing fights being made.
Yes.
You know, I think that's what people want to see. They want to see that the four kings of the 80s, you know, when we had all these guys, you know, all the great champions, Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, all of them fighting. I mean, we mentioned it and I know they try to bring it up, but it's a different era. However, I think the moment that Tank and Ryan actually do fight, I think maybe now we have something rolling.
Interesting.
I like that.
What do you think then about some of these bigger fights that are falling apart? Obviously, Spence and Crawford, and why, in your opinion, do fights like this fall apart? Because you're a fighter, you know, all of a sudden you hear all these fans saying, well, it's obviously one of them trying to duck the other one. What do you think?
No, it's no one ducking anybody, really. It's more so they're just trying to do Pacquiao Mayweather. And these guys are not Pacquiao, and these guys are not Mayweather. They do not bring that. Crawford is a talented fighter.
Look at him talking that shit. He about to diss. Look at Lopez dissing Crawford. Let me rewind that a little bit. I like it, man. I like the energy. I like to hear boxers talking shit. You know?
So they just try.
Not when they too far apart in divisions, though, because shit, if anything, people like, all right, well, you fight him. We don't want to see that, though. I don't want to see Lopez go out there and fight Crawford. I really don't.
It's just trying to do Pacquiao Mayweather. And these guys are not Pacquiao, and these guys are not Mayweather. They do not bring that. Crawford is a talented fighter. Spence is a dog, a man down fighter, a shark, right? But these guys don't bring nothing outside of the sport. Like, literally, they don't. And they only bring it in the sport, but they don't do anything outside. They don't branch themselves. Floyd did. Pacquiao did.
Said they don't brand themselves. What y'all think it is? Lopez is talking that talk about Spence and Crawford. He said, man, y'all don't bring nothing outside the sport.
People love Pacquiao to this day. You know what I'm saying? And I know that they want to make $100 million per check for each guy, but it's not for that. It's not for that. They got to just make the fights. It's undisputed at 147. Two guys that they've been talking about for years. I mean, even before I became pro, which was 6 years ago. So imagine. And we've been talking about this. And these guys are still, because of what? Promoters or who says, she says, whatever. Put the pride down and pick up your balls and fight. Just make a fucking fight happen because it is.
He told Terence Crawford, Errol, Spence to put y'all pride down, pick up your balls. Whoa. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Okay, Lopez. I'm sure this going to make some news rounds, but maybe not because some people don't like Lopez for whatever reason. But I like the kid.
For the biggest thing possibly, why we do what we do. is to be the greatest at what we do, not because of the finance. The finance is always going to be there if you know you're the best. For Crawford and Spence, y'all got to really like tighten up. For real. Y'all really got to tighten up because you guys could set the tone for all the other guys in the new generation. Wouldn't you want that rather than hold?
Oh, he is open. He don't got open. Let me rewind about 10 seconds. Listen to what Teofimo Lopez Jr. is saying about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. My boy Wani Pachi Magic said it's true. He said they don't. Okay, so Juan is with him. Juan the Don. Juan said they're local brands compared to Floyd and Manny. Spence and Crawford are local brands. Floyd and Manny are global brands. But it took them fighting big guys too, man. Before they fought each other, man, come on. They fought global guys. They fought the Oscar De La Hoyas, the Miguel Cottos, you know, the Ricky Hattons. They fought global guys. So I get it.
That's for Crawford and Spence. Y'all got to really like tighten up. For real. Y'all really got to tighten up because you guys could set the tone for all the other guys in the new generation. Wouldn't you want that rather than holding your peace and being like, nah, I deserve that 1% more. No, nobody deserves one more than the other. You guys are it's for an undisputed matchup, and it's for the biggest fight that we've all been wanting to see. One of the most anticipated matchups, I think, even past the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight, for sure. And for undisputed, for all the belts, for all the marbles, and you just drop it like that, and then you want to compete with me on December 10th? Good luck, fam. Good luck.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Listen to him talking to Crawford crazy. Yo, he talking crazy. I love it. I love it. He talking greasy. He talking to Crawford like I go up there and fight you next, boy. Lisa Bell, she said exactly. The only people now is Canelo and Joshua. Fury is getting there. She said Joshua isn't as big in the US though. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Joshua's global because he has fought, you know, in multiple continents, right? You know what I'm saying? Fighting in different countries and shit like that. But I think Fury there. I think Fury's there when you can fight Derek Trezor and put 60,000 in the seat. I think those 2.5 wins over Wilder by knockout too. At that, a guy who's knocking out everybody, you supposed to be pillow fisted. And then you go in there and have a pillow fight then and put his ass to sleep. Wow. Might have been some egg waste in those pillows. No, I'm joking. You know they want to hear it.
Good luck. We take over. Good luck.
I love it. That is funny.
All right. I got one more segment of this. I'm going to play it and I'm going to go into the Terence Crawford interview. The Terence Crawford interview is a damn good interview as well. And it's very detailed about the negotiation. So we did get some new information from that.
This is food, you know, because
he was talking about Kambosos.
Haney instead of fighting Kambosos when you were the unified champ.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear the question.
From Steezo, he says, Teofimo, do you regret not fighting Devin Haney instead of fighting Kambosos when you were the unified champ?
No, I don't regret any of the things because
now I'm gonna let you know Spence and Crawford ain't AJ and Wilder. AJ and Wilder, hey, look, homie, who put that up there? Let me read that one again. Ben Adams. Shout out to Ben Adams in the UK. What up, though? My brother. I wish I had that drop that said, hell to the no. Hell to the no, bro. Look, I ain't watching this shit in 2030. I ain't watching this shit after a couple more years. You know what I'm saying? They got about one more year for me, man. If not, at 147, I'm done with it. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. They got to do this shit for me next year, or I'm done. I promise, Ben Adam. I'm done, bro. Now, granted, Wilder and AJ, both of those guys, the thing that they do, perfect example, both of those guys are older guys anyway, right? But the things that they do well, they both, I believe, still can do well. The knockouts versus the boxing, right? These two guys, I don't want to see them fight too much later like that. Plus, these guys are heavyweights too, you know? I still watch those guys fight, especially, and he done took a couple losses. He got a couple losses. Yeah, I still watch the AJ versus Wilder, but Spence versus Bud, man, that shit take too much longer, bro. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna be right there on the bus with all of y'all. And I hope y'all don't tell me seats taken. I'm like, nah, let me get on this bus of y'all who said fuck this fight. Because some people are saying fuck this fight at this point. So, and pardon my French, pardon the vernacular. I get it. But I understand your frustration. I can totally understand that. Let's go.
Because he was my mandatory. You know what I mean? If Haney really wanted to fight me like he pushed for Kambosos and stuff, then it would have been made. You know, we were just there with all the marbles and nobody wanted to jump on us. But then the moment Kambosos won, you can see everybody was like, "Oh, this is food." You know, because Kambosos is that. He's just food.
You can't say he food and he beat you, bro. That you can't have it both ways. You can't say, nah, bro. I'm sorry, but I get it. Kambosos, maybe he meant food. I don't know. Let me hear it again. But food, as far as the money, yeah, it was big money fighting Kambosos. Because remember, originally he was going to fight Kambosos in Australia, and it would have been a very lucrative fight for him going in as the champion, fighting Kambosos in his backyard. So it would have been a very lucrative fight. Unfortunately, COVID stopped that from happening. Nothing Haney did. It's nothing Lopez did wrong. It's nothing Kambosos did. Life happened. The pandemic happened. So, all right. But let's hear this one more time.
No, I don't regret any of the things because he was my mandatory. You know what I mean? If Haney really wanted to fight me like he pushed for Kambosos and stuff, then it would have been made. You know, we was just there with all the marbles and nobody wanted to jump on us. But then the moment Kambosos won, you can see.
I don't recall that. I remember Haney showing up everywhere this kid was at saying he wanted to fight him. I remember being on podcasts and Haney wanted to fight him. I remember this, man. I remember them being on the panels trying to fight him. And I remember his dad saying he ain't fought nobody. I said, well, who he got to fight for y'all to give him? Like, when would y'all think that if his next fight? Like, who? He was like, never, motherfucker. Told me that to my face. So I was like, wow, his dad told me never, motherfucker. I said, okay, cool. Thank you, Mr. Lopez. That was my question.
Everybody was like, oh, this is food. You know, because Kambosos is that. He's just food. That was all the marbles right there for everybody. You know, the only thing I probably will understand myself is I should have just dropped those belts. I should have just dropped them. The moment I got COVID and I was still being sick and all that, I should have just dropped them. But you know, I can't live off the past. Now I learn from the future. Now I learn forward that if it ever comes again at 140 or something like that, I'm more experienced and I have that. So it's a lesson. It's not a loss. It's a lesson.
Got it. Orlando asks,
I don't know how I feel about that answer, man. What you said, I should have just dropped the belts. Like, come on, fam. All right, whatever.
was the top.
Let's wrap this segment up. Let's get to this Crawford interview.
Guy at 135 for a long time, and then you go and beat him. So then who is the man that you want at 140?
As of right now, because
Mike Gardner. You know what? You damn right. Make some noise for Mike Gardner. That is not asking for the fight. Shout out to Mike Gardner. That is not how it's done. Going on the boxing shows and saying, I want the fight. Because even on the boxing show, I can tell you, yeah, go on, you can get the fight. Yeah, you know what to do. Call your people, tell them, yeah, set it up. That's not getting the fight. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I don't know. Where was Haney ranked at around that time? Where was he ranked in the IBF? How could he have gotten that? He had the WBC regular champion, right? How was he going to get that? I don't know how he was going to get that. I know that, but I know if Tio, the A-side, pushed for it, he could have made that happen, though, right? No, I think I'm wrong. I think old boy was the man. He wasn't old boy the mandatory. That's why they didn't have no rematch clause. Kambosos was the mandatory, right? I wish I had HOD. Oh, there you go. HOD no.
Most dominant at 140 is Josh Taylor, you know, and then or the winner out of Taylor and Catterall. I would love to take that matchup. You know, either guy, I think it would be great for me. And to fight in the UK, it would be a great mainstream platform for myself. You know, that's why I'm trying to, you know, God willing, just push that movement. Right now, we're hosting Madison Square Garden. They gave me the big room, December 10th.
Let's go.
I'm excited. I'm grateful. Thank you to the Madison Square Garden and everyone. And it's in New York. I mean, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So it's really just building these fights. And I got to do what I got to do come December 10th so we can make these fights happen next year.
Yeah, and certainly a large audience, especially coming off of the Heisman.
Yes.
Chuck from Twitter asks, why don't you want to fight Barbosa?
Like I said, the reason why I don't want to fight Barbosa is nothing on the line. It doesn't bring me up. It doesn't bring me down. It's just a fight to go through, right? But it's more help for him rather than for me. He's not gonna promote the fight like I will. I gotta promote these fights. I gotta go out my way and spend $50 or $100,000 on just trying to promote stuff and push things out there for this fight. And that guy ain't gonna do it. He's just trying to get his name and some.
Damn, he said he got to spend $50,000 to $100,000 to promote it. The hell you paying the promoter for? Golly, HLDZ, what up? What's popping, my G? The hell is he talking about right there? Somebody got to tell me that. He said I got to spend 50 to him. Maybe he talking about it comes out the budget. I don't know, but I need to write that down. Next time somebody talk to Lopez, ask him that.
I got to go out my way and spend $50 or $100,000 on just trying to promote stuff and push things out there for this.
Is he talking about travel?
And that guy ain't gonna do it. He's just trying to get his name and some clout. Shit. I mean, you want to get on this, right?
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
He held up that's maybe what he meant. He held up a cover of the Ring magazine where he's on the cover of the Ring magazine. Okay.
Renee says, after coming back, have there been any distractions in your personal life in regards to your focus in your career?
No, not at all. I'm on.
Okay, Teo told him Devin he had to go to the WBC to push for the fight. And according to you, he never did, right? He never pushed for the fight. Okay.
Honestly, he had a great mind right now, great mindset, great state of mind, just really connecting so much more with everything that has to align with us. And that's God, just following that path and the righteousness, and trying to steer away from all that's going on right now. So much of the anti-Semitic stuff that's going on and all this stuff that we don't really need to talk about here. However, it's
you brought it up. I mean, you kind of just brought it up. Nobody brought it up but you. With all due respect.
It's more so I need to push that and think more of a positive suit.
I do like that.
Because the moment you're positive within yourself, you can bring that attraction for others out there. You become an attractive person like that. Instead of being negative, always down and saying this and that. Like, my whole thing is really, my concept is really, how do I inspire the new generation? I got to put out for myself.
But the franchise champion don't have no mandatory that time though, right? He couldn't demand that, could he? I don't know how that works. I'm gonna call H. If you could take my call, let me know. I'm gonna give you a call. I want to know your take on this.
Put that energy out. I have to be positive. I have to keep that mindset, because if I'm down, then the kid that's looking up to me next is down. Because he's like, why is my champ down? So it's so much bigger than this. Like, the sport of boxing is so much bigger than us athletes. And if you understand that, God willing, you'll have a great career.
I know they made it transferable at that time, but did they say, okay, the regular champ can demand a fight to be the mandatory? I never heard. I'm not familiar. I ain't gonna lie. I don't keep up with some of those rules, especially with the franchise shit, because they change so quick. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I didn't know that it was like that, Mike. So once the franchise became transferable and Loma handed it to Teo, right? Because was it always on the line? I don't recall it. I don't recall going into it saying, this is, I don't remember that, but okay.
This last one from
when they introduced Loma that night, I can't remember.
Twitter asked, Teofimo, in your opinion, who are the top 5 boxers at 100?
You know what? They did promote that as undisputed. I do remember they were promoting that as undisputed. The WBC was, and ESPN.
40.
Top 5 at 140. Taylor, number 1. Dick Catterall right after. Prograis 3. Cepeda 4.
Damn, he got Prograis who just won. He got Prograis. Prograis hadn't won the title yet on this one. When they recorded this, Prograis had won.
Number 5. Who else is at 140?
Where's Teofimo?
Oh, Teofimo? I'm just talking about these guys.
He said the WBC press said you didn't mandate for the fight, else you would have got it. Okay. He said the regular champion has to push for the fight. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna write that on my notes for questions for Bill Haney next time somebody talk to him.
I'm honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna list myself up on there. Not yet.
Okay. I got it. Okay, Teofimo Lopez, we come to the last segment of the show. It is the last stand. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You just give me the first thing comes.
If you mention Tank, like what?
Give me the first thing comes to your mind. You ready? All right, here we go.
If you mention
your opinion.
All right, let's go.
No. Go ahead. Say it.
No.
I mention what?
If you mention Tank, like what do I think when you say Tank? It's always the same thing. I just think he's fat, bro.
He said, I just think he's fat, bro. Oh man.
Shots fired.
I told you he don't warmed up. No, he warmed up. He talking ish in his interview. Crazy shit. Let's go. Oh
man, we stay in the gym, man. So hey.
Lisa Bell said all sanctioning bodies still have to agree for undisputed. That is true because you can have that IBO right there, and they won't count that as you being undisputed because the other ones ain't. The other people gonna say, "Nah, you ain't undisputed. You aren't." No, we ain't accepting the IBO. We accept the IBF. You know.
That's hilarious. Hilarious. All right, best fighter at one
because they are the ones that make it undisputed, right?
40, not named Teofimo Lopez.
It's gotta be between Cepeda and Prograis. It's gonna be a good matchup because Cepeda's awkward. Yeah. But then when he hurts you or anything, he just goes straight shot. He don't do really much side shots. And then Prograis, he's someone that he's on the front end. He likes to put the pressure, use his leg.
Man, Zab, real quick, what the hell is up with Zab Judah? He's heavy on the Donald Trump shit right now. He just posted a picture of him at Mar-a-Lago posing with a Donald Trump photo of Donald Trump. Man, what the hell is wrong with Zab Judah, man? Let me show y'all this. I like Zab, man, but damn, come on, Super Judah. Like, there's one thing. Oh, he all over the. Okay, so Zab Judah is gonna be as part of the Crawford Avenesian broadcast team. All right, which is ironic because he's on record as picking Spence to win. Remember that? When Spence was about to fight Ugas, they was asking him about him and Crawford. Yeah, he's on record of doing that. So it'd be interesting how he calls the fight. Yeah, look at his pictures Zab Judah posted with his Donald Trump picture, man. Donald Trump ain't never looked like this in his life. Hold up. Let me show y'all this. Let me put this on the screen real quick. Look at your boy. So look at your boy right here. Hold up. Load up. Hurry up, load up. All right. Zab Judah at Mar-a-Lago with the Donald Trump picture. Come on, Zab. What are we doing here? What is Zab Judah hanging out with the Trump shit for? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That ain't my business, though. All right. He said, Trump a cool dude. Hashtag my guy. Hashtag Team Judah. Hashtag 2024. As in what? He riding with Trump for the presidency, man. Yo, he's fully endorsing him for 2024, yo. Oh man, Zab Judah, I gotta do a video about this. Let me write this down. Let me timestamp this so I won't forget. 58:33. Golly, damn. All right, Zab Judah. Zab Judah said it ain't so. Zab Judah is with Trump for 2024. Okay. 58:33. Let me write this time down. 58:33. Hashtag, that man said, he ain't just taking a picture. He said 2024, Team Judah. Trump a cool dude. Hashtag my guy. Hashtag Team Judah. Hashtag 2024. I know he ain't talking about him coming back fighting in 2024. Here we go. Next picture right here. Trump 2024. All I got to say is 2024. Easy work. Trump 2024. Great guy. My guy. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that, Super Judah. Yeah, he all over the Mar-a-Lago mansion resort. Let me see the other pictures. Damn, I don't know what the hell you talking about. Ben Adams, Spence ducking Bud, Fury ducking Usyk. We won't see these fights. I'm not gonna say Fury ducking Usyk. Like, we knew Fury wanted to fight this year. And Usyk said, I can't fight again till April. Tyson Fury said, hey, look, I can't stay out the ring till April. I'm not gonna stay out the ring till April. I'm gonna fight somebody. I'm not gonna be out the ring till April. Low key, I don't see why people always be mad that guys ain't fighting the guy you want. You rather the guy just sit out the ring like Jamal Charlo? That's what y'all want to see your favorite fighter do? Sit out all year and a half? Because he got a mandatory coming up soon. He got a mandatory. Like, he's supposed to be, like, fought. I'm surprised he ain't got stripped. Or become champion in recess or something. But, let me see. Okay, I got it. Okay, HLD sent me something now. HLD, I'm gonna call you real quick on the other joint so you can set this clip up. Cause we can go and move forward. And I can do the other reaction and I can land the plane. He said, find me intersection. Let me see. Now, what is this HLD? Hold on, let me call you real quick. I'm gonna let him set the clip up.
What up, Mark?
Mi hermano.
What's going on, Papa?
I'm good, man. Talk to me about this clip, man. What we got right here, fam?
Well, that clip is going to answer that question. Oh, I didn't know if you can, go to WBC and request to fight the franchise champion and whatnot. And this clip is from the horse's mouth, not from
Where
mine.
you get this clip from so I don't get in trouble for this? I know it say the boxing voice, but where was it at? Was it off of YouTube? Did you get it off of Twitter? Where was this at?
This was on one of their lives.
No, I'm saying you just grabbed it real quick from the live, or was it already on the internet? I'll just cover the screen up. Don't worry about it.
No, it's. Oh, I've had this one when it came out. It was,
All right, I'm cool. I'm gonna just make sure. Man, that's cool, but I don't know how you feel about using this content. I've never really used this content before. I'm gonna use it tonight, though.
I spoke yesterday to both camps, and they really want to fight each other. So we're gonna be working on it to see if there's a way.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna reshare it again, just to make sure everybody can hear it. But y'all out there in the audience, y'all let me know what y'all think of this. And basically, Mauricio is about to say why Haney didn't get the fight, right?
No, he's gonna explain how to get the fight.
Okay, but is he gonna speak specifically about the franchise and these guys? Okay, how long is this clip?
He's talking about Teo and Haney. So you go from the very beginning.
I can't even stop, rewind, or look at them. I can.
Oh, that was last year during.
No, I'm talking
during
about
the time that.
Never mind. I was just asking how long it is because I can't see the time. It's just.
It's a minute and like 23 seconds.
All right, cool.
Or something there.
Is it as simple as a Bill Haney, Devin Haney representative showing up to the WBC convention this month and petitioning for an opportunity to face the franchise champion in Teofimo?
That could be one of the. Of course, we always take the official petitions and we attend them and we go through the process and make a voting. So that is one of the ways to make things happen.
Lopez Sr. said that he spoke to you about a petition that you're going to send to the Haneys to make Devin Haney mandatory. Do you know anything about that?
We only deal with promoters. Right. The WBC only official and legal communications are through promoters. I spoke and I speak to managers, trainers, fighters, anyone. We have discussions, but there's a great difference between what you talk, what you discuss, what is planned, and what is official. So everything has to come through the promoters.
The WBC.
Well,
Okay, so that's simple as that. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say on the internet.
That was just to answer your question.
So basically, what simple as that? Mauricio said, I only talk to your promoters. I can talk to the manager, trainer. We can have a conversation all day. Nothing is official unless I talk to your promoter. It got to come from your promoter. I need to talk to the money man, the person who's going to pay us. Is that right? I'm paraphrasing.
Right. I mean, no different than when Shakur called out Bill Haney's bullshit and told him, all right, let's go and let's make this happen. Let's go talk to the promoter and let's make this fight happen.
Okay. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No. That was it because you guys were talking about, if you could have fired him and that. So I just wanted to just give you from the horse's mouth how it could have gotten done. It's no different than the way it got done with Kambosos and Haney now. They had to petition to fight him. That's still a petition. They have to approve the fight.
So what you saying? He was ducking? Yeah. He was just out here clout chasing? He didn't never really want to fight Tio? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, do they want to fight Shakur after Bill Haney said that
we only talk to the promoter? Aren't they Ain't they the own promoters?
Well, at that time, they were supposedly free agents, right? So, yeah.
No, he had Devin Haney Promotions back then.
Right. Well, they were not attached contractually to Eddie Hearn.
Right. So
they were free agents.
So when he said we only talk to the promoter, if you talk to Bill Haney, you talk to the promoter.
Right.
So what is he talking about then?
Or just specifically that if you're gonna have a representative represent you, it needs to be a promoter. That's all.
But they are the promoter. That is DHP Promotions.
Yeah, they weren't. And who was he? What I'm lost as to who you're referring this to now. To Bill Haney or to
like to Mauricio? Like said, we can talk to trainers, managers, and all that, but it got to come from a promoter for it to be official. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. So if you need a promoter and you have a promoter, call and get it done. I don't get it. What's I'm lost as what you're asking.
I feel like, well, if once Bill and talking to you, he's talking as the representative of the promoter, Devin Haney, for DHP Promotions. They are a promoter, right?
They got a gameish kind of thing going on over there because they're kind of like Al Heyman, supposedly the advisor, but he's the promoter. So it's all that bullshit behind the scenes shit that they play games with. Because who is officially the promoter? The fighter can't be his own promoter. I think he has to have a licensed promoter. So I can't tell you exactly, but regardless of the fact, that's all they needed to do was to petition. Just like they did for Kambosos. He was a franchise champion. They petitioned.
Food Revolution said Bill Haney's more of a publicist. Wani Poxy Magic said Bill did not petition or talk to Mauricio. Simple.
No, he didn't. Not for that time. But they did for Kambosos.
But they was jumping like they knew they already had it though. But they was jumping up and down. Had they already petitioned at that point?
Man, that was like, Tio lost and all that. Come on, man. There's a lot of ugly bad blood between those guys.
No. But my question was, had they already petitioned for the winner? Can you petition in advance like I want the winner of this fight? Or you have to wait for the fight to be done? Like, how does that work?
Well, this was a voluntary, right?
No. I thought Kambosos was a mandatory, the IBF mandatory.
No. You're talking about Haney and Kambosos or
No. I was talking about when Tio fought Kambosos. Tio was fighting this.
Yeah,
IBF
he was.
mandatory.
Yeah, that was that.
His
IBF mandatory, right?
Right. So Haney could have jumped if he put his paperwork in quicker or something. He could have said, "No, I want to exercise the WBC and petition to get that fight." Or did Tio have to fight the IBF mandatory?
Well, no, because the Haney's had like 2 months before Kambosos was mandated to be a mandatory in early 2021. So they had from like November through I think January to have petitioned to at that time. We're talking about.
And according to who? Where you get that from?
Well, no, because they won their fight in November, I think it was.
Which leads
to won in October.
Okay, which leads to my next question, right? So once Kambosos lost, right? I mean, once Kambosos beat Lopez, Haney, they were jumping up and down as if they knew they had to fight, but they didn't have to fight yet.
No, they weren't jumping. They were not jumping out because they had to fight. The only person who had the fight really lined up was Loma.
Okay. Well, I thought old boy was going around looking at everybody fight, saying, "I'm making my decision on who I want to fight."
Publicity,
next.
baby,
Okay,
publicity, man. That's good. That was good publicity going around the entire U.S. I'm the champion. He was on Joe Rogan's show. They did a good job. Lou DiBella, shout out to Lou DiBella. He did a great job making sure that he.
Hey, look, call home said, "Hey, look, y'all saw I won. Y'all know I ain't coming back home right now. But y'all can fly over to the U.S. I'm gonna be over here for another couple months, at least another 30 days." Yeah, because he went to a few fights. He went to the didn't he see Ryan Garcia? Who did he see?
He saw Haney. I think he saw Ryan Garcia. He saw Haney and Tank. Yeah. And then he missed out on Lomachenko, who was the last fighter on that 3-week schedule that was going on.
Oh man.
You know, all the 4 lightweights, the top lightweights were fighting, right? It was him, the back to back, everybody was fighting, all the top dogs. But he missed out on Loma versus who did he fight? Loma fought
Nakatani.
Comey.
Okay, he had already fought Nakatani.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought Nakatani in the summer.
He fought fast, man. He came right back real quick. Got right back in line. I was mad about that, but all right. Well, you got what's your reaction to the Lopez interview while I got you up here? And then I'm gonna do this reaction to the Terence Crawford interview.
I mean, I can't remember all the details. I've seen several. I was actually just watching one that was done today. But
what was that at?
No, man. I mean, it was. I think it's Bro Bible. I think it is.
Bro Bible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'll send you the link on that. But what I put in the chat, anybody, you want to.
Broke up. Is it me? You broke up a little bit. Yo. Can't hear you, homie. I can't.
Oh, man.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you say, "Oh man." That's the last. But go ahead.
No, here I'm saying that I put in the chat. Anybody want to find the rules from any of the 4 major sanctioning bodies where specifically states the requirements to become undisputed? $100. I'll wait.
Hold on. Say that again. What about $100? What did you say?
Hold on, let me fix my thing. I think you can hear me.
No. Yeah, I was just confused with the setup. Maybe I just won't follow him. You said anybody.
We're talking about undisputed. I say anybody can go to any of the 4 major sanctioning bodies and find in their rules where it specifically states the requirements to become undisputed. Undisputed.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'll wait.
I don't think nobody has something. I was just looking at the WBO rules the other day, and they had no tab or title in it. But I think unofficially, we all know what is recognized as undisputed with those 4.
Unofficially.
No, only reason I say that because I just said earlier about the IBO. It's a world title. It's a legit title. It's a real title. But people don't.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Now with the 4 major sanctioning bodies specifically states the rules, what it says, that only to unify, it has to be from a recognized sanctioning body with their, I've heard the word premier or their league champion or whatnot. But IBO is not counted, and that's why you cannot unify with the IBO, no matter what.
The reason why is because they don't recognize it. You get what I'm saying?
They don't recognize the sanctioning body, right?
Yeah, and people don't recognize them.
Right, not the belt. So it's not about a specific belt. It's about the sanctioning body.
But for me, once I seen I can't take away Usyk's. Usyk had an IBO. Triple G had an IBO. There's some legendary fighters out there that had some that IBO at one point. You get what I'm saying?
It's not. Yeah, but it's not.
No, I'm lying.
No, it just said it's a McDonald's belt. It's a McDonald's belt, kind of like when Michele Mayer and Bumgarner were facing off, and they're Bumgarner.
Y'all call it a McDonald's belt. All-time greats had this belt, man. It's just people changed, the perception changed. It's like
it's
let me
not
finish my
recognized.
sentence. Let me finish what I was about to say. Let me get a paragraph off. It was a time Lennox Lewis had that. Roy Jones had that belt. Manny, Floyd, like a lot of legendary people had this shit. Are y'all seeing? You get what I'm saying, bro? Look at this. Like, when did it change? When did it change where it don't mean nothing no more?
It never did.
All right.
Only the sheep want to follow that, but no, man, it never did.
Okay. Well, I was a kid growing up, and I saw it, and they would introduce them and call them out, the such and such Jeff, the IBO.
Well, yeah,
they count it as a world title.
Yeah, because people who don't know the game are going to like, oh my God, he's a champion, but you end up finding out it's a McDonald's though.
Like
it's a good game. I mean, it's a good.
You can't call it a McDonald's belt, and they just created a franchise out of thin air. Just because WBC did it, it's okay. Like, no, man.
WBO did super. WBA did super out of thin air. I mean, what are we talking about?
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
But I get it. It's not recognized by some people. It's recognized by others.
By the four major sanctioning bodies, IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC do not recognize the IBO. They recognize each other, but they don't recognize anybody else. Hell, they don't even recognize the ring belt because it's not a sanctioning body, right? Now that's more of a lineal. That's just lineal. Man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man.
Okay.
That's
all right. Fair enough.
All right, man. $100.
And what's the $100 bet? What's your $100 bet?
That I just said. If you go to any of the four major sanctioning body rules and find in their rule book where it specifically states the requirements become undisputed.
The requirements to be undisputed. Okay. That quote end quote. All right.
First person to get it by the end of the night, $100. You know,
I do know. You do know the British Board of Boxing Control counts the. Just to let you know, I just did a quick Google. It's the IBO, a recognized world title. It is recognized as a legitimate world title by the British Board of Boxing, a British Boxing Board of Control, the European Boxing Union, BoxRec, and Boxing Scene, but is unrecognized by the Ring magazine. In a quick Google search, so that's what I found.
Yeah, and the British Board is not a sanctioning body.
No, it's not.
Right. So,
but look, that's one. But look, so basically, us as sanctioning bodies, we can all just be in cahoots and say, "Hey, we don't recognize these motherfuckers. Fuck they built." By your logic, right there, you get what I'm saying? Wait,
well, it is. All four of them came to an agreement. You know, and they have bylaws for that.
Couldn't it be fans saying, "Hey, four titles is enough"?
The fans saying, or I'm confused what you're saying.
Or just maybe the sanctioning body saying that too, like people just say, "Hey,
it was the sanctioning bodies. They said 4 is enough. We're gonna, we're just gonna recognize the 4 that we got, and that's that."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, it's a little mafia between the 4. You know, they control it. You know, so that's what it is. Can you imagine having a 5th title saying that's recognized, and then to be undisputed, then you have 5 sanctioning body fees plus petition fees. Yo, man, that so it's not good for the fighter either.
Okay. I don't know. I told you undisputed is good. We had a whole debate about this. I told you undisputed is good for the fighters, but bad for the business. because now, like, let's say you got. Let me finish. Let's say for the people who don't know, because you heard me say this before, I say it all the time. If you got one champion, or maybe two champions, like Crawford, let's say, or Spence, right? Or matter of fact, let's use the division got undisputed. You got Jamel Charlo, right? He got all the belts. So that means he only can fight but so much. You get what I'm saying? He only can fight so many times. Maybe
this
once
is where
a
the
year,
sanctioning bodies fuck up.
Right, once, maybe twice a year, right? But but let me finish this part. But with all these belts scattered out in that division, you got you got a lot of championships fights going. You got over here, over there, unification makes some money, but undisputed and keep it undisputed, shit, this shit bad for boxing, man.
Well, it's bad for boxing because the sanctioning bodies themselves are fucking up the game. Because if they were true to the game, they would make sure that they would enforce their mandatories one after the other. IBF got it now in 3 months. Yo, you get it. So like that, like for an example, we would have had probably Ortiz already. They would have to fight against Crawford. Boots probably would have had to fight Spence and whoever's in line. Mandatories, they gotta be mandated, but they don't mandate them. You know what I mean? And so because they don't mandate it, because they're also in cahoots with the promoters, the fighters, and they'll play the game. But if they were supposed to do by the rules, we would have a lot more fights because each sanctioning body, we would have mandatory. So everybody be looking to fight for mandatories and to get in that number one position so they can be in line to fight next. But we don't have that game. You see, and so because of that, that's why the way it is today, it sucks. I agree with you. It sucks because the sanctioning bodies are not doing their damn jobs.
Also, too, they did this. Mike Gardner said they made Loma franchise so he can make the undisputed. But if he can,
that's not true.
I don't agree with that. Because you the champion, you can go out there and collect the belts, or y'all can make the fights, but you don't create a new belt to say undisputed and leave another belt out there. And I was like, yo, you causing dispute.
That's a false narrative that he requested a franchise so you could go with no. At that time, Devin Haney was the interim champion. By WBC rules, interim champions are never deemed mandatory. Devin Haney was never the mandatory.
No. But so why they didn't need to create the franchise then?
No, they didn't. It was just a status thing. That's it. And maybe for him to go back to 130 if he wanted to, maybe, right? To challenge down there. That's what I really think it's the status, because it's the WBC says this is our top belt. And so with it, there's privileges, right? And those privileges is you could go to up and down in weight, and you could become the immediate mandatory to the WBC champion of that division. So it would have been that, and because of status. But other than that, he still had the other two belts. You know what I mean? So no, Devin Haney, think about it. Devin Haney has become champion twice because of Loma. The first time because he became franchise, and the second time because he went to war. That he gave up his spot to become undisputed. But anyway, that's all in the past. We're still hung up on this shit.
Because it came up in the interview.
It's a saucy talk.
It came up in the interview that we was covering.
So with Brian Custard?
Yeah. It was in part of the interview.
Gotcha.
Los Angeles said there is no requirements. The right side in the building. What up? Okay. All right.
But that's all in the past, man. We gotta focus on what we got going on. We got hell of a great fights. A lot of good fights got announced. We were Tank. Proud of the young man. I'm proud of Tank. I'm just hoping he cleans up a few things in his life, but overall, you can see he's walking into the better direction for himself. The young man, you can see he's more confidently happy. He's more of himself. He's learning. He's still rough with the interviews, right? And he's maybe a little shy and whatnot. But that's going to come with practice and time. And the kid is on his way. I really hope he turns that all around so that he can really get and then go and get the big fights, earn the love and the respect for the hardcore fans. And we can say, yeah, this motherfucker took everybody out. You that bad? Make it happen. I'm happy for the kid, man. I'm really happy for Tank.
Pittsburgh T, he said, do Haney need to petition to make a fight after becoming undisputed? Okay, right. I think y'all came in at the end of the conversation on Pittsburgh T. I don't think that's what you said, HOD. You didn't say Haney need the petition to make a fight after becoming undisputed.
No.
Oh,
no.
Hold up. Now, if he's trying to go up in weight to fight somebody else up there for a title, yeah, some petitioning is gonna get involved in that. You say fight.
This is where the franchise belt comes in. Let's say he has his fight with Loma, and he defeats Loma, and he says, "I'm gonna drop the belts. I'm gonna move up to 140." He still carries a franchise status, which means he can then knock on the door of Regis Prograis. And even though Ramirez is the next mandatory in line to fight next for Regis Prograis, if that fight has not been set up yet, Haney can knock on the door of WBC and said, "Make me the immediate mandatory. I'm fighting next." So he's got that that luxury.
But he had that before they created the franchise. Remember when Charlo went up from 54 to 160 with the WBC? He fought one fight.
Was it mandated?
Yeah, he had one fight, and then the next fight was supposed to be Canelo. They franchised Canelo. Canelo went up in weight, and he dropped that belt. As they met,
no, it's not the same.
Let me. It's the exact same. They just did it for Canelo. As far as like
no, but you're saying that Charlo had one fight though.
No, I think Charlo only did one fight because Canelo had something else. But I think he fought one fight just to maybe they did that for business. But he fought.
Maybe it was a title eliminator. The fight that he had was a title eliminator.
Okay, fair enough. There you go.
Yeah,
okay. I looked at.
I mean, there's so many rules, people, and I understand so much confusions there are and shit because there's so many. Like nobody knew that Tio when he fought Campa was a regional title, and they brought him up to #1 spot, right? You know, at the WB.
Bozy Ennis didn't know that. I heard him doing an interview like, man, how the hell they doing this? And how they jumping him?
Well, a lot of fighters don't know. A lot of fighters don't know. Look, Shakur Stevenson, that interview when he was talking with Bill, he didn't know that he could do what he could do. A lot of fighters do not understand the rules. Hell, a lot of managers don't understand the rules.
Okay, you know what? He got a he won an interim title. It won't even that. Okay, I was tripping. Well, I was tripping. So boom. I think it might have been an eliminator because the next fight was for the interim. And then he won that against Hugo Santino Jr. They went on. It keeps saying interim, but they made him the world. Technically he didn't become the world. Damn, it was that long. Okay, so yeah, it was the Brandon Adams fight. I don't know why I forget these whole two fights. Okay, so
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a current date interim. I'll give you a current interim fight. I'll give you a current date interim champion fight. David Benavidez is currently the 168 WBC interim champion, but he's not a mandatory to Canelo. He now is fighting with the interim. All it does is that if the champion is sick, he has to, he cannot fulfill his duties as a champion, then he becomes like the substitute teacher, right? That's what the interim champion does. But it does not give him mandatory status. That's why David Benavidez is having a title eliminator fight with Plant, which then at that point, it makes him the mandatory with the WBC for Canelo. So that's why those two guys are fighting. That's why I say interim belts. I mean, they, maybe for the casuals who really don't know, and I don't say casuals who be disrespectful, but if you don't know the rules or you don't understand it, you think that, it's mandatory. No, it doesn't. That's not what it's for. Okay. It's not. At least with the WBC.
Yeah, it's funny, man. They pick and choose when they elevate somebody from interim champ to the regular champ, and then another time they might say, or maybe, matter of fact, that might be a different sanctioning body. I think that's WBA that did the champion in recess with Manny. And then we looked up and they was like, you know what? You're not even the Ugas, and we elevated Ugas. But you don't get your belt back when you come back. You know what I'm saying? People forget Spence and Manny wasn't going to be even fighting for the super champ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that was Ugas. So Manny technically ended up trying to fight to get his old belt back,
Right.
And I don't know, nobody cared because it was Manny Pacquiao, but that was a regular title. Would that bit made you undisputed? Can you have a regular belt and get undisputed if you got all the other ones? Or you got to fight the super champ?
No, I mean, no, to be honest, no. Well, if in the division there is no super champ, then the regular belt is for super champ.
It's a super champ there. It's a super champ there. You got every belt except the super champ belt.
Who's that?
No, I'm saying I'm asking you, how does that work? Like,
well, if there is a super champ, like for an example, when Josh Taylor was he had all the belts undisputed at 140, and Tank Davis went and he got a 140 belt. I forgot what sanctioning body it was. No, that's why Josh Taylor's like, man, you ain't no champion, bro. I'm the champion.
Okay, let me ask you this. Spence fights Pacquiao and beats Pacquiao, right? Gets the regular belt, right? He would have 3 titles right now, right? But it would be a regular belt. Does he have to fight Ugas? Let me finish the question. I ain't even asked the question yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he, like I said,
yeah, but what belt are we talking about?
The WBA regular that Pacquiao had, because he got stripped of the other one, right? Or they took it from him.
No, he only got stripped.
They elevated Ugas. He got demoted. How about this? He got demoted.
They stripped Pacquiao, and did they elevate then Ugas to champion, or did
I'm telling you, yeah?
Who did Ugas fight? No, Ugas did. No, I think Ugas fought somebody and he earned the belt in the ring.
Look it up, but I was following this shit. Ugas got elevated
before the Spence fight.
Yes, but look, Ugas
before
got
the
elevated.
Spence fight, did he have a fight?
When Spence beat Ugas and beat Pacquiao, it was the regular champ versus the super champ. Because Ugas got elevated. Let me see. Ugas elevated.
Oh, Ugas had the regular belt. You're saying, okay.
Ugas elevated. Let me see. Pacquiao strip. But you see what I'm saying? My question is this: Can you be undisputed unless you have the super champ belt? That's simple as that. Like if Spence would have went in there and beat Pacquiao, he would have had the regular belt, the IBF, and the WBC. Will we be saying fight Crawford for undisputed, or he would still have to fight Crawford and Ugas? He would have to take the super champ belt.
No, he still only has 3 belts. He needs Crawford's belt.
No. He wouldn't have the super champ belt. Like perfect example. Right now, we call Devin Haney undisputed, but Tank Davis is about to fight Hector for a world title. The WBA world title is how they promoted it.
Right. But that means what belt is that Tank got? WBO.
So right.
So that means Haney's got the super.
Yeah, they got the WBA. Tank got a WBA regular.
Right. So that regular at 135, right. And that means that Haney's got the super. So no, it all depends. If there's already a super champion of that sanctioning body there, he's the king. And so whatever regular belt there is out there, that's not what's needed to become undisputed, because you're fighting against the king of that sanctioning body. So Devin Haney is the king of that sanctioning body. He's the warrior that they're going to put out. This is my champion.
Well, he got the super champ belt. Of course, he got all the belts. He got the franchise. He got every belt. That's not what I'm asking you right here in this situation, but it's okay. I think we're spending too much time on it anyway.
No, I'm just saying that you don't. If you are a super champion of a sanctioning body, you do not need.
I ain't talking Ugas in this scenario that I'm explaining. Ugas is the super champion. Pacquiao's the regular champion. Spence fight Bud, beat Bud. Is he undisputed, or are people gonna say, nah, he can't be undisputed with a regular belt, like, because it's a super champ right there. He would have to fight Ugas. But some would say
yes, you have to.
But some would say, nah, Pacquiao never lost it in the ring. He got stripped and got demoted, basically. So
he's not a champion. So no, when Pacquiao went to fight Ugas, he wasn't a champion. So no. He didn't get demoted. He got stripped and he was beltless. His pants fell.
Nah, that ain't okay. Well, maybe they just promoted a different way then.
But as long as there's
brought that regular belt and Ugas was there with that super champ belt, and they said both of the belts were on the line. Ugas was like, okay, whatever.
That's what they. Well, regardless of the fact, the super champion supersedes the regular champion. Okay. So if okay, so now I get it. So because Ugas was the super champion and Spence would have fought Crawford first, take his belt, he still would have to need to fight just Ugas to become undisputed. Because all you need is the top premier belt of whatever sanctioning body it is. That's it.
All right. Yeah. It said Rule C-2224 states that when a champion is unable to defend their belt for medical, legal, or other reasons beyond his control, this is when they was talking about what happened with Manny. They basically said, oh, that was when they said Pacquiao was in talk. That was around the time he was in talks with Ryan Garcia. Oh man.
All that funny business was going on too. Yeah, Pacquiao kind of, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. You know, and the same thing is about to happen to Charlo at 160 because it's been like 18 months dicking around, no fight. Like really, like what's going on, bro?
Yeah, it was some weird shit going on. Yeah, he was talking about fighting Conor McGregor. Remember that? Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he deserved to get stripped, bro. I'm sorry. If you're healthy, champion needs to fight. Man, at minimum once a year. Shit.
Yo, why am I looking at Ugas is suspended indefinitely? Okay, this is what happened because he got beat up so bad in Texas. He's suspended by Texas Combative Sports Program indefinitely.
Yeah, that's until he's medically cleared.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Same thing happened to Teo. Teo was suspended till like the last month before Campa.
Okay, so basically, Ugas fought. Yeah, you're right. Ugas fought for a vacant. He fought for the vacant WBA world title. So he had a world title. He was the regular champion.
Right. He became the regular champion. There's no super belt at the current time than with the WBO.
No, not the WBO. This is the WBA. They did have a super champ. Manny was the super champ because he had just beat Keith Thurman. So he fought for a regular belt.
Yeah, but he was stripped. Right, he was stripped. So it got eliminated. It doesn't exist right now.
And Ugas, no, he didn't get. No, they just promoted Ugas. They promoted.
No, he fought for the vacant belt.
He had already fought.
No, he had to fight for the vacant belt.
He had already fought for. He fought for the vacant regular title, not the super champ.
And then they elevated him.
They elevated him. Yes, they elevated him.
Okay.
He got elevated.
It made the fight, more whatever with Spence. I don't know if they followed their own rules to become super because they have rules to become super. You gotta, I think, don't you have to defend it or I don't know what, but whatever. They do tweak their rules to their own benefits. You know what I mean? There's no lie to that.
Okay. Well, let me move forward.
But he did fight for a vacant. Okay.
Yeah, he fought Abel Ramos for the vacant. Regular belt, not the super champ. Manny was still the champion at that time. But once Manny got stripped, they elevated Ugas to full champion.
So they use their regular belt as an interim champion, like what the WBC kind of does in their status for interim. So if the champion cannot fulfill his duties, the interim steps up, and that's what that sanctioning body kind of does.
Yeah.
All right. All right, boss man. $100, guys.
All right, moving on. Yeah, we gotta move on.
All right, bro.
All right.
What up?
Make some noise for HOD. Start calling that nigga HLZ. He was putting me to sleep right then, boy. I started. Oh yeah. So I was like, all right, man. God damn. Fuck these sanctioning body. Man, but like, look, everybody got their stick though. You know what I'm saying? But that's his thing though. He's really into those rules and regulations of the sanctioning bodies. All right. He need to manage somebody. Go manage somebody. Or co-manage. You'll be able to tell him how to move out here. She said Tyson was undisputed before he became lineal champion. Tyson Fury? Mike Tyson? And who did he beat they become lineal. Which guy are you talking about? That Al Heyman suitcase. She said that Al Heyman suitcase money is what it is. I'm mad at it. Say everything came down to Bud versus EJ. Why everything come down to Bud versus EJ? Because that was part of the conversation, and I was trying to make it a simple example, but it ain't no diss to EJ. I rock with EJ. Crack my jokes when it's a joke to be made, but I share his tweets, click like. Yeah, I'm not no hater. Wish him none but the best. But yeah, I was trying to make that example because it was a super champ, somebody who got elevated. Yeah, I was trying to make it what it is. But it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. So we got to get to it. Right side, if you want to know why everything come down to Bud and EJ, because that's the fight we wanted to see. Duh. Like that's the big fight a lot of people wanted to see when it comes down to this boxing team. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And in this interview I'm about to play, he's definitely going to get asked about it very early on. So doing a reaction to this interview, we're going to talk about it. Should be a good one. Let's switch over. Straight. All right, let's go back to the beginning. And I'm going to play this interview from the top. This is an interview he did promoting the upcoming fight this weekend. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. He got a fight this weekend. It's a good card, too. It's a damn good card over there. I'm going to be watching both of them. Just straight like that. I'm going to watch both of the events, and I'm going to support both of the fights. It's an MMA card that we this weekend, too. It should be a good MMA card. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna be up for it. We're gonna figure it out. But in this interview, of course, why does it always come back to Bud and Spence? Because that's the fight people wanted to see. And Terence Crawford is gonna get asked about that in every interview. He knows that. He knows people are gonna ask him about the fight. They're gonna ask him what happened, what went wrong in the negotiations. Yeah, it's just an unavoidable thing, especially while you're out here promoting a fight that nobody, to use your word right side, wanted. Yeah, but it's the fight you're getting. Like we technically didn't ask for Sandor Martin, you know what I'm saying, versus Teo, but it's gonna be a damn good scrap. It's better than the Pedraza shit, I tell you that. I didn't want him to go there and decapitate Pedraza. But let's get this interview started, and we're gonna react to it.
Games. It was funny. The link the other day because
I haven't been playing. I just been
play a couple games.
Man.
So they talking about basically Ness beat Crawford in a chess game. They played chess, and he was able to beat Crawford. And Crawford said, if you beat me, I'll play. And he beat him. I'll do the interview. So he beat him in chess. So he's doing the interview.
Play tonight.
Wow. Definitely shows your discipline.
Attached to their phone, everybody attached to the game, tablets, so many electronics.
Let me fast forward, get to the good shit.
They wake up in the morning, the first thing they grab is their phone. So sometimes I just try to, stay away from the phone for at least an hour, 30 minutes, if possible.
Again, discipline. So I gotta ask, I know we see you on Instagram. Everybody hears how, disciplined you are in the gym and how much you train. But there's also a phrase in boxing that's kind of synonymous, like, can he get up for that fighter? Or he didn't get up for a certain fighter. So how are we aware, or how do you know that Avanesian will still bring the best out of Terence Crawford just because it's not the fight that you were expecting?
Oh man, I get up for each and every fighter. You can look from my past fights that I'm always, fully prepared. I'm fully prepared for this fight, and I feel like it depends on what type of style he brings to the table. Come December 10th is going to bring the best out of Terence Crawford.
Do you think that this fight, I guess, has a lot of is there a lot of weight on your shoulders based on this fight? Because the way I'm looking at it is like the world is going to want to see how many pay-per-view buys you do, how well it does, how the production looks, just everything, because it's a new platform. Does that?
Good question. Great question. Nobody asked him this yet. Shout out to my guy, Nestor Gibbs. Shout out to Nestor Gibbs. Great question. Great question.
You don't want to see how many pay-per-view buys you do, how well it does, how the production looks, just everything, because it's a new platform. Does that pressure fall on your shoulders?
Not at all. I don't think it falls.
Man, yes, it do. But actually, technically, it don't, because when you keep it a buck, a matter of fact, I'm gonna let them finish this because I got a reaction to this. But go ahead. Let's hear this question one more time. I'm gonna let them answer and peep this real shit because I've heard this already.
How the production looks, just everything, because it's a new platform. Does that pressure fall on your shoulders?
Not at all. I don't think it falls on my shoulders at all. BOK is new to the boxing world. This is the first step into the boxing game, and you got to get your feet wet at some point. And they chose to get their feet wet with me, just like ESPN chose to get their feet wet with me with the app. So.
So when I stepped foot in the arena, I felt the same thing.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. Shout out to Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford said, I launched the app before. I launched the ESPN app, baby. Okay. Interesting. He said they getting their feet wet with me like ESPN Plus got their feet wet with me. All right.
Get your feet wet at some point, and they chose to get their feet wet with me, just like ESPN chose to get their feet wet with me with the app. So it's very new to them, and we're just looking to go out there and do what we do best, and that's look good and get the victory, and hopefully everything else fall into place.
Now let me react to that a little bit. Now, it's a part in this where I get where Ness is going, but some of that shit is kind of out of Crawford's control, right? Like the pyrotechnics and some shit is gonna be out of his control, right? But also, let's be clear, he eating up a nice chunk of the budget. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So some of that shit is out of his control, but and the cameras that they using, you're like, are y'all using the Red 8s? Like what are y'all using here? Like what some of that shit is gonna be beyond and above his control. But he got to go in there and win this fight. And I got a theory on it too. I got this theory that I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I'm gonna get ahead of it early. No matter what these pay-per-view numbers are, whenever we find out whatever they are, if we ever find out, because this isn't a publicly traded company where they're obligated to even tell us real numbers, right? But once we find out what happens on Saturday, come Sunday morning, Monday morning, your favorite YouTube daddies. Yeah, I said it, man. You know the vibes. They're gonna be out here telling y'all whatever they agree on the numbers are. We're gonna say he did 8,000 buys, and everybody's gonna run with it because of their platform and their spin. But people are just gonna go out here and pretend they got all the information. Where my drop at? What my man said? He said, I ain't gotta speculate. I got the information.
What up?
He said, what
up, gangsta?
I had you nothing.
Oh, wrong button. Damn.
I'm not speculating. Sure. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
There we go. Yeah. That's what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be, I got the pay-per-view numbers. I got a source. Okay.
I'm not speculating. Sure. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Shout out to my guy Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. Thanks for supporting the show in a major way.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna hear. A lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of that on Monday. All of y'all got the real numbers. Carmen Serene said they will never release those numbers. They don't have to neither. A lot of people don't release their numbers unless they're publicly obligated to a certain way, or if the numbers are great. You get what I'm saying? But this shit right here, man, we ain't gonna know these numbers. But everybody gonna tell us they have a number, and people just gonna agree to it, and people gonna run with it. They're gonna call my show on Monday. Your boy did 232 buys. He didn't even do 250. Your boy did 250. Like they're gonna, yeah, everybody gonna have they gonna know all the information with no inside source. Something like that nigga they would never would have told you your channel. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to my boy Stephen Bateman. Thanks for supporting the show.
I got 5 on it.
Let's get some more of this interview cracking, man. Let me react to this a little bit more.
I know, obviously, you know, your name is going to be forever attached with Errol and you've said it in numerous interviews that we've watched, like, you know, that people bring it up. I know you said that fight doesn't define your legacy, but do you feel that if you don't get that fight, you won't be able to get this Charlo fight? Because we just had that show, and it's like you and Charlo do have a lot of energy, but they're still with the same advisor. And it seems like if they won't give you Errol, is there even a possibility of you fighting Jermell?
I think it's a 50-50 shot with Jermell, being that Jermell, you know, he's an angry guy and he may demand it. You know, he may go to Al or
Yo, he said Jermell is an angry guy. He said he might demand it.
Showtime or whoever it is that's his handlers, and demand it and just say, you know, this is what he wants, and that's what he's standing on. I think Errol, he's more, you know, passive. He's more laid back. He let Al, you know, handles his career the way I want to handle his career.
For sure. Danny, I don't want to hog him.
No, I was just, Bud, how excited are you to come home? Haven't been home in a couple years. First fight back, obviously, as welterweight champ, if I'm not mistaken. So how excited are you to bring one?
Softball question. We're going to fast forward through that. Yeah.
Front, center, go home and put on a great show.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get a good question. Let's go.
Crawford, was it ever an option for you to have a 3-fight deal with PBC, or was it that you only wanted one fight?
Well, I actually only wanted one fight with Errol, but they came back, you know, with a rematch clause, and you know.
He said they came back with a rematch clause.
If we split, then it'd be a 3-fight with me and him.
He said if we split, it'd be a 3-fight between me and him. Lisa Bell said, "What up, Stephen Bateman?" She feeling that. She said, "Thank you, please."
So you or them never expressed interest in you having a similar style of fight. Obviously, they weren't going to give you what you're getting for this one, but did they ever express, hey, come fight whoever, to introduce you to the audience or the PBC, you know, family? Nothing like that.
No, the only person that was on the table was Spence. That was it. That was all.
That's it. The only person on the table was Spence. All right.
Was that something you would have wanted, or was it not brought up by your team because you didn't want more than one fight with any specific person?
That fight would be super fire, y'all. But I like the question because he was like, man, you don't think you can get, people saying you can't get Jermell, you ain't gonna get Jermell if you couldn't get Errol. And he was like, nah, I think Jermell will be, he'll go in there and demand that fight. He said Errol is more laid back and he just, you know, trusts Al to move on how he wanted to move it.
It wasn't brought up by neither one, you know, neither my team nor the PBC side. You know, the only talks was me and Spence, and that was it.
One fighter. And so all of this, it was already lined up for Jermell and Danny Garcia. That shit is for caskets. He said, nope. All right.
Would you be interested in doing that now? Like maybe a 2-fight or a 3-fight, you know, hypothetical, you know, Rashidis or Josecito Lopez to get introduced to the audience, then the big fight with Errol? Or are you still interested in after Avanesian, going straight into those negotiations and hoping you can get it done?
Yeah, I don't believe in having to go through Jose Cito Lopez or Rashidi to get to Spence. I will believe, after this fight, we go back to the drawing board and hopefully we can, secure the fight with me and Spence.
Man,
Who
did y'all want to see him fight Rashid? Come on, bro. Y'all know what we want to see with this dude. We want to see him do what he said he was going to do.
After this fight,
I want to see the Spence Crawford. If it's a good scrap, we can run it back. If not, shit, go on up to 154. Let's see if you can go there and do that. I'm all for it.
we go back to the drawing board and hopefully we can, secure the fight with me and Spence.
How soon after the fight do you go back to approach that, or is it something that you have to wait till Spence gets in the ring?
Now, good question. Shout out to the co-host. Shout out to the co-host. Damn good question. You guys are doing a great job so far. Let's go. Good question. Especially they're not questions that some people already asked.
No, if he don't fight, if he don't have anything lined up, then we can go right into it and, hope for, fingers crossed that we can, secure a date, and
he said a date. He said, okay, let's secure a date.
Anything lined
up. But the question again was, how long are you going to jump right back into negotiations and trying to get that Spence thing going?
Up, then we can go right into it and, hope for, fingers crossed that we can, secure a date, and we can get it on.
So when we sit here talking boxing, obviously, and we're talking,
I like that energy. Let's go. Let's go.
About your guys' career and your lives, we assume, especially me, I don't like to put anybody through the gauntlet. So for me to say, yeah, I want to see Bud fight Errol,
right,
beat Errol, fight Jamel, beat Jamel, either retire or fight Jamal, because even Jamal called you out now too.
Damn,
so
even
it's
Jamal
like,
called him.
Isn't that too tough? Isn't that murderer's row? Don't you need a Josecito or a Rashidi or someone in between those three men? Or is Bud at this age, in this stage of his career, can he do Earl and Jamel back to back?
Of course, I feel like I can do Earl and Jamel.
Good question. He was like, yeah, man, like, can you do this back to back? That's it. He said, man, I ain't trying to put nobody through the gauntlet. Shout out to Nez. Nez know what's up. Like, yeah, those guys, we used to see it happen all the time. Guys will fight a hard fight, then a fight that's not as tough. Then they fight another tough fight, then the guy is, you know what I'm saying, while building up the other fight. And the guy you gonna fight, he fight a fight in between too. Problem is, people get upset sometimes. Like, you get an upset. But that don't mean, you shouldn't be mad at the fighters and we shouldn't be mad at the business of boxing. We should be like, damn, got caught slipping that night. That's the beauty of boxing. One fight, one night can change your life.
Back to back.
Oh wow.
With the proper
I know boxing.
time
What up?
frame.
Kyle,
Yes,
what up?
100%.
But what's your, I guess, like you have a mental date of when in 2023 you would like to get that Errol fight?
I like that question. Great question. Shout out to the co-host, man. He asked a great question of that. He was like, yo, what's your date? What you looking for mentally, 2023?
Because
hopefully around like May.
And the reason I'm asking, because I feel like it comes to a point where it came this time where you were saying, I'm gonna fight in 2022. So it got to the point where you're like, okay, we couldn't get, something negotiated and you had to get a fight. So, your career still carries on. So you think May, if you guys don't have anything by May?
Yeah, hopefully we can get it done.
Let's hear that again. I gotta hear that again. Did y'all hear that? Oh man. Damn. All right. I know some people ain't gonna like that, because that would mean Spence would be like what, on a 13-month layoff,
okay, we couldn't get, something negotiated, and you had to get a fight. So, your career still carries on. So you think May, if you guys don't have anything by May?
Yeah, hopefully we can get it done before around May. That'd be, great.
Now, when you guys were talking about the fight, was there any location, or was Vegas being talked about, Dallas being talked about?
This is when they're about to have a great debate right here, and I want y'all to hear this. They're gonna have a big debate. This is what we was looking for too. There's some gems in this, man. Shout out to Nesta Gibbs, and the Boston Voice. He basically says, gonna ask him about the location. They're gonna talk about Dallas. He's like, yeah, but you seem like the guy that want to beat somebody up in their backyard. You would do that. He was like, man, I wouldn't mind seeing that shit in the UK or overseas. And they're gonna start talking about the boxing fans. Let's go.
Anywhere else?
Vegas.
Is that something that to you wouldn't do? Because I don't know. I mean, we've seen your attitude. You strike me as a guy that wouldn't mind beating someone's ass in their own backyard. And I also feel like you guys draw more people in the Jerry Jones Stadium?
Probably because it's set more, but at the same time, me honestly, I wouldn't mind going to like London or somewhere to do it. To be
overseas.
Honest, yeah, I wouldn't mind, taking it, over there.
What about Saudi?
Yeah.
But now you got to pay 2 taxes.
Oh, somebody texting me. If you want to call in, you can call in. But yeah, the number on the screen. If you want to call in, voice your opinion, the number's on the screen, 44692-1766. You ain't gonna throw me off too much. I know what I'm doing, but you can call in and voice your opinion. I'm gonna put a survey in the chat too. I'm late on this. Survey in the chat. Who wins Teofimo versus Sandor Martin? Who wins that? Put a survey in the chat. Y'all let me know who y'all think gonna win that fight.
Yeah,
but Bud is like, yo, I wouldn't mind going overseas. Then somebody's gonna start talking about taxes. They're gonna talk about the fans. Who got a better fan? Oh, this shit about to get good right here. I like this. I love this exchange because Bud is as relaxed as he is. You can see where he started getting into the interview and the debate.
But at the same time, me honestly, I wouldn't mind going to like London or somewhere to do it. To be
overseas.
Honest. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, taking it, over there.
What about Saudi?
But now you got to pay 2 taxes, champ. You got
that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Now you got to pay 2 taxes though. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay them
yeah,
tax.
But you're gonna make more though. You're gonna make more though.
You think you guys will make more in the UK?
100%.
Bud said, I'll be getting to these bags, man. He said, man, 100%. He said 100%. We'll make more. Do y'all think that in the chat? Give me an A for A. Yeah, they can make more in the UK, or give me a B for a bullshit. Like, no, this got to be in Vegas.
100%.
So I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this, right? But since
hold on. No, I want to know why you think that, champ.
Because the UK support boxing more than the United States.
Yeah, but they're supporting at a $25 pay-per-view and $10 tickets. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to support out there, and they don't have nothing else. They don't have nothing else to support.
Okay, then. So you just made my point. There's not a lot going on out there, and they don't got a lot to support. So when you got Tyson Fury or AJ going out there fighting in the UK, and they drawing 60,000 people, in a stadium, then what that tell you?
Well, champ, all I'm saying, if they ever step in the ring, I bet you they won't fight in the UK. I promise you that.
Yeah, they was getting offers fielded from Saudi.
They already saying Saudi for that fight.
Yeah. The Saudi, because they're gonna give you that upfront money, of course. You know what I mean? But where AJ?
Hey, listen to Crawford. Crawford said, "Yeah, Saudi. Yeah, because old boy's like, man, they ain't gonna fight on UK soil." He said that shit gonna be in Saudi. He was like, okay, that too. That upfront money in that Saudi shit. All right, go ahead.
You got fighting that
the
UK, right?
Nah, he just fought. He just fought in Saudi.
He just fought Usyk in the Saudi, but before that, prior to that, where have you been fighting at?
Where was the first Usyk fight at?
I know that the last two, the Ruiz first and second was in Saudi.
No, the first one was in New York.
First one was New York.
The second one was Saudi.
Yeah.
The Middle East, the Middle East is pushing tourism so much that they're overspending. That's why they got the World Cup. That's why they got the World Cup right now.
Let's hope they throw you and Errol some money, man.
They putting that bag. They putting that bag over there. They putting that bag over there.
You right. Yeah. You right though. Before the second Usyk fight, he had back-to-back fights at home. Pulev and then Usyk, but I don't know that it's bigger than the United States. Like the people
they support boxing.
They do.
They support boxing more over there. When you look at the UK, when you look at the UK, and when you look at United States, UK it goes soccer, then like boxing. When you look at United States, it go like NFL, NBA, baseball, then some maybe boxing.
He didn't say Saudi for his fight. He said he understand why Saudi is doing that fight. But nah, the Saudis, they paid Amir Khan a whole bunch of money, man. They paid a couple of guys some bread over there. Who else fought over there? A couple of people don't fought over there on Saudi, I think. But yeah, they opened to that. They're gonna drop the big bags for them heavyweights. But he was talking about UK for them. Let me go back. He's gonna talk about where America ranks at in boxing.
You look at United States, it go like
still
NFL, NBA, baseball, then some maybe boxing, or maybe something like boxing is way on the downside of USA, watching boxing.
But now that
like supporting boxing,
right?
Supporting boxing, I would say.
I got you.
Now that obviously you got this fight with Avanesian, this is life-changing money. This is like generational wealth. So, where is Bud after this fight? Is he still looking for?
You think that's generational wealth money?
Yo, Bud, talking that shit. Yo, hilarious. Shout out to Reggie. Yo, that was hilarious. You said you think that's generational wealth?
Money. This is like generational wealth. So,
boxing. Right, supporting boxing, I would say.
I got you.
Now that obviously you got this fight with Avanesian, this is life-changing money. This is like generational wealth. So, where is Bud after this fight? Is he still looking for?
You think that's generational wealth money?
I'm saying with everything that you've already made, Bud, and everything you've already done, now you get this big bag at the end. Yeah, you ain't even got to touch this if you don't want.
Still got to touch it.
Run it back.
Now that obviously you got this fight with Avanesian, this is life-changing money. This is like generational wealth. So, where is Bud after this fight? Is he still looking for?
You think that's generational wealth money?
I'm saying with everything that you've already made, Bud, and everything you've already done, now you get this big bag at the end. Yeah, you ain't even got to touch this if you don't want.
Still got to touch it.
You're going to have to pay them taxes on it.
You're going
to have to pay the taxes on it, but literally you don't have to touch it. Obviously you won't make the amount of money you'd make if you invested in interest, but technically speaking, you don't have to touch it. Like, you know what I mean? So that being said, are you still looking for the bigger bag, or is it about leaving the world knowing you was the best welterweight out here?
There you go, Ness. There you go. Bring it home, brother. Bring it on home. I like that. Good question. Reggie O with the Killer Show. I heard you put another one in the trunk over there tonight. Shout out to my guy Reg. What up, though? Lisa Bells, OTB. Y'all make sure y'all go follow all of these channels, man. OTB said you got the Bomac interview tomorrow At what time? Let me see. He said, I'll be having Bomac on 10 a.m. Is that Eastern? Let me know. He said, tap in. You know, I owe you one like Linux on Belly. All right, for sure. But shout out to OTB Boxing School, TWT. Check out that interview tomorrow, 10 a.m. He's going to have Bomac on. And I'm going to pin that so I can promote it again for you, bro, at the end of the show. Cool. Let me see. But, wow.
Both.
Oh, let's go back. But that was the good question, though. He was like, yo, at the end of the day, like, you going to still try to get a bigger bag, or is it about your legacy? Do you want to end your career as the best welterweight ever, or, you know, good shit, though.
Are you still looking for the bigger bag, or is it about leaving the world knowing you was the best welterweight out here?
Both. It's about both, you know.
But you know that every opponent doesn't bring that bag, though, so that, you know.
100%. That's why in this game that we play, you got to make the most that you can possibly make in a career to solidify yourself for the rest of your life. So that way you don't have to go out and get a job or, you know, do some stupid like fight till you 45. You know, yeah, man, you just got to make the right decisions, be smart with your investments, and, you know, don't spend all your money on, you know, materialistic things.
Do you
checkmate, man? A lot of guys blow that bag on the damn chains, side bitches, child support, super duper mansions that they can't afford to pay the taxes on, and now Rick Ross living in your house, huh? And he made way more than $10 million. Pay them taxes.
You got to make the most that you can possibly make in a career to solidify yourself for the rest of your life. So that way you don't have to go out and get a job or, you know, do some stupid like fight till you 45.
Right. Come on, Crawford. We don't want to see that. Real talk, Martinez. Shout out to Diaz. Man, I'm just keeping it a buck on that, man. And you don't want to see somebody in there looking like Derek Chisora last weekend, getting the shit beat out of him for one final payday. Even then, I think it was like $2 million or something like that. I don't know.
You know,
I think that was the original.
Yeah, man, you just got to make the
Rose right there in Holyfield
right
house.
Decisions. Be smart with your investments.
Hey, look, Rose and Holyfield house eating Wingstop at the pool, nigga. Yo. Huh? Hell yeah, Rose having a good old time in the house that Holyfield built. Blood, sweat, and tears. Kicking it. Wingstop and Checkers. Got a damn Rally's burger right there in the gym. Just disrespecting the gym. Holyfield left a big picture of him in the house too. Like, here you go. Rick Ross said, I don't want that shit. Put a picture of me up eating some Wingstop. Huh?
And, you know, don't spend all your money on, you know, materialistic things.
Holyfield had a lot of kids,
Do you think Boots would feel like you particularly, not forget about the other guys because they not here, we can't have them answer. Do you think Jaron Ennis would feel like you're doing him the way the other welterweights did you? Meaning,
good question. Let's go, Ness. To Gibbs.
Me doing
not
him.
Fighting you, meaning you not fighting him not being able to fight you. The same way that when you became a welterweight, you know, you wanted Thurman, you wanted Errol, you wanted everybody, right? And you couldn't. They said you was on the other side of the street or whatever the case may be. He's over there, and they're saying you didn't fight anybody. You know, you're not ready. You don't bring any money. So I'm asking you, do you feel he can feel the way that you felt?
On his side, yeah, but not with me, no. His name never was mentioned for me to fight, but for him to fight, Keith Thurman and Spence and all those guys over there, yes, I feel like, he should have had the opportunity to fight those guys over there.
Because you.
He was like, yeah, he said, not be on my side. They never was mentioned to me. Like, low-key, people just now really starting to crank up on, like, okay, well, one of y'all need to fight Boots. Because I'm on that train, too. One of y'all fight Boots. One of y'all fight Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz is the number 1 for Crawford. Thurman is 2, or Boots is 2, and Thurman is 3. I can't remember. But, shit, Thurman came back in the rankings and jumped over everybody. But, damn good question. But he was like, yeah, I agree with him on that, too. Like, hell yeah, he should have been got to fight some of those top guys at PBC. At welterweight, they got a lot of top guys, but technically, I guess he wasn't with them all the way in.
Keith Thurman and Spence and all those guys over there, yes. I feel like, he should have had the opportunity to fight those guys over there.
Because you feel over there, he's on that side of the quote-unquote street.
For sure. But he should have had the opportunity.
I think it's.
But that he's not. Hold on, I don't know. But that he's not with PBC.
But he fight on Showtime. He's a Showtime fighter. So
definitely,
he's highly.
He get on the Showtime card a lot. And when I was at the Tank Davis fights, and I interviewed him, I even asked his pops and him. I was saying, so y'all with PBC and Showtime? He was like, nah, we independent right now, but Tanker's our guy, and we have a relationship with the people over there. We got a relationship with Sam, we got a relationship with Al, but no, we're not signed to them. I was like,
right.
Okay.
And the sanction bodies, over there, and I think he's ranked 2 or 3 in the WBO. So, it's all about his management, his managers, and how
you know them well.
They. Yeah, but I know Cameron.
Cameron is his guy.
I know. The reason why I say that is because I know how Cameron, move him. Cameron never moved Boots in a fast way where he was like, all right, I'm gonna demand him.
Shout out to Crawford. Very candid interview right here. Shots fired at Cameron Duncan, huh?
Shots fired.
All right. He was like, yo, you never really moved Boots like how you should have moved him.
How Cameron, moved him. He's ranked 2 or 3 in the WBO. So,
and this is Crawford. He said he's ranked 2 or 3 in the WBO.
It's all about, his management, his managers, and how
you know them well.
They. Yeah, but I know Cameron.
Cameron is his guy.
I know. The reason why I say that is because I know how Cameron, move him. Cameron never moved Boots in a fast way where he was like, all right, I'm gonna demand him to fight a title eliminator and demand him to, get a title shot right now. Cameron's not gonna do that.
Why not though? Now I wish they would ask the follow-up. Hey Dub, you said Dub right side said Boots number 1 for Crawford right now. I'm looking at it right here. I can share my screen. I just pulled up the WBO rankings. I wanted to check that. I see Terence Crawford is the super champ. I'm gonna take a screenshot for you. Terence Crawford is the super champ. Virgil Ortiz is number 1, and he has the international WBO champ. Jerron Boots Ennis is number 2. Thurman is 3. Connor Ben is number 4. I don't know why. Alexis Roca has the NABO. He's number 5. David Avanesian is number 6. Cody Crawley, Giovanni, Blair Cobbs is number 9. Your Dennis Ugas is number 10. So I'll just screenshot the top 10. Boom, and I'll put that on the screen. But this is the current rankings as of this year in this division at welterweight on the WBO, straight from their website. You got to put in a month. They don't have December up yet. So this is as of November. This is their most updated thing, but they're all their full rankings isn't out yet for December. But here you go, right here on the screen. That's where they ranked at. All right, let's play some more of this.
So you don't think Cameron will make him a mandatory right now? I thought you were speaking like in the past. You don't think?
No. Right now, he's definitely there. Right now, he's definitely there, 100%. You know, but I'm saying how, you know, moving him, you know, the reason why he haven't had the opportunity to fight those guys over there is because Cameron wasn't moving him in a way where he wanted him to fight those guys at that time.
But
you know, right now he's ready. Yeah.
But now we all know that the leash is off for him. And this is the question that I'm saying that nobody's ever asked you. Like, would you feel like?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. He said after the fight, can BLK Prime sell the rights to the fight for viewership on another network? Yep, it happens all the time.
I'm gonna fight that guy since ain't nobody else fighting him. Nobody else want to fight him. They calling him the boogeyman. With kind of like Canelo. I know Canelo brought more to the table for Floyd, so it's a bad metaphor.
PGH Big Dog, what up?
But Canelo's boogeyman. With kind of like Canelo. I know Canelo brought more to the table for Floyd, so it's a bad metaphor.
Pass, what up?
But Canelo still was a bad young man when Floyd decided to fight him.
I'm fighting anybody. I'm fighting them all. I don't care.
Let's go.
You know, but
my man said, I'm fighting anybody. I'm fighting all of them, man. Gotta love the confidence, right?
My main focus is Spence. You know what I mean? After this fight, but my main focus really is David Avanesian because I'm not really too much focused on anybody else right now.
Well, knock on wood, because I want Spence too. I want that to be clear. I promise you I want the Spence fight. Let's say, you know, for whatever fucked up reason, we can't get that Spence fight next. Do you think that after the failed negotiations in any world, Steven Espinoza is willing to sit down with you and bring Boots to the table, bring you to Showtime for, you know, a Terence Crawford Boots pay-per-view?
Of course. If it makes sense, of course.
I always thought that.
Why they ain't pushing for Ortiz? Ortiz outrank him in that sanctioning body. Why they ain't pushing for Ortiz? Ortiz is trying to fight Stanionis, which means he's going the WBA route. Which makes Boots, Bud, Mando in the WBO. Not until it's done. He ain't mandated. He's definitely not mandated. He ain't even number one, so he ain't mandated yet.
That was an option. I thought that's where they would have at least started.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie.
But we seen Avanesian get on a plane yesterday.
Man, why y'all didn't let him finish? Y'all should let him finish that part right there. He was about to say something.
I always thought that was an option. I thought that's where they would have at least started. Crazy. But we seen Avanesian get on a plane yesterday.
Yeah, I heard he was in Omaha. He got in there last night, so you know it's almost that time.
You think he came in with enough time? 8 days out?
It's up to him.
Gotta acclimate.
Yeah, I don't think it's too hard.
So I've seen a lot of the interviews that you've done. Obviously, you consider him a tough opponent, and you've mentioned on numerous interviews how other people turned him down and that other people wanted to fight him. So obviously, based off research, it seems like Jerron Boots and his father wanted to fight Avanesian at one point, couldn't get the fight. But I couldn't see who turned down a fight with Avanesian. So who were you talking about?
Man, I don't know.
My boy said Boots going the IBF route. He said Ortiz is a weaker opponent compared to Boots. So we got to see, man. Ortiz can scrap. Boots is very athletic though, and he can switch styles. So I get where you're coming from. I don't think he's a weaker opponent. I think I don't know if he's as versatile, but you don't have to be a versatile switch hitter to dominate. You know what I'm saying? In a fight or in the sport. So I get it though. Alden Johnson, he said it's simple. Bud wants Spence to fight him but want Spence to be the guy to talk and want this fight to make his team. I don't know if he said that. I ain't gathered that. And once Spence really wanted, if Spence wanted, throw the money up, they got the money. I don't know if he said that. Because he did say if it was just him and Spence, they could get this done.
With that smile, you don't know. Look like you know.
Hold on.
And see who turned down a fight with Avanesian. So and his father wanted to fight Avanesian at one point, couldn't get the fight.
Let me run back.
Other people wanted to fight him. So
Let me run back.
Interviews that you've done, obviously you consider him a tough opponent, and you've mentioned on numerous interviews how other people turned him down and that other people wanted to fight him. So obviously, based off research, it seems like Jerron Boots and his father wanted to fight Avanesian at one point, couldn't get the fight. But I couldn't see who turned down a fight with Avanesian. So who were you talking about?
Man, I don't know.
With that smile, you don't know. Look like you know.
I don't know. Listen, we fighting, and it's gonna be a great fight, and I can't wait. That's all I know.
He said, we fighting, it's gonna be a great fight. That's all I know. Anybody know who turned down the David Avanesian fight? Because we've been hearing that. We've heard that a few times from the people who follow the shit, right?
It's funny because this week on the line, one of his past opponents is on the line. The only man to knock out Josh Kelly is David Avanesian, and he's going against Tom Williamson or something like that. So it's, again, we don't have enough data to know, is Kelly chinny or is Avanesian a big puncher? But he did knock out Herman, right? Is it Herman with an H or is it with a Lerman? I know he's from Spain. His name is La Hagra. He used to be a Lou DiBella fighter. He beat him twice back to back. Did you watch any tape on him, or you leave that to the trainers?
Yeah. No, I definitely watched tape on him.
Which fight did you watch?
I watched those fights.
Oh, okay.
I watched pretty much, and I got I watched a few of his fights, even the fight where he fought Shane Mosley.
Shout out to Bud. Bud said, oh yeah, he said, man, Bud said, I'm watching film. I watch film on the guys. I like that too. Make some noise for that. I hate when guys say, I don't watch film on nobody. I think Floyd created that. Floyd Mayweather might have started that, where guys think it's cool not to watch film on the guy. Be like, I don't worry about what the other guy do. I worry about what we can do. Like, man, you better know, if you study the guy, you can notice, okay, he does this. After a while, he started dropping his left hand. After about round 3, he started dropping his left hand. Hey, or it's like poker. Some guys have a tail. I'll never forget Floyd Mayweather fought Ricky Hatton, right? And when you listen to the UK broadcast version of it, not the HBO version, the UK version, they start calling it early. They was like, watch it, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky has a tail. He's going to dip his left shoulder before he lunges in. And Mayweather's just like that. Mayweather's tagging him. You'll hear them saying it in the broadcast. And then they actually bring that up. They say, Floyd says he doesn't watch film, but somebody's over there is watching film. Because Ricky would bob, weave, and before he launched in with that left hook, he would dip his left shoulder and kind of spring up. And Floyd was check hooking him from the beginning. It's just, it was happening faster and faster. Like it was faster early on. It was just so quick and so reactionary. And there was a lot of wrestling going on. Joe Cortez said, cut that shit out. And I know the HBO broadcast didn't like that because they was like, hey, man, you slowing the fight down. But this is Ricky's style. He needs to be able to just bull rush him like this and rough him up. But that's neither here nor there. He got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my boy said film don't lie. Absolutely not. All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah, so, I've been doing my homework.
How much homework do you do, and how much homework do you let Bomac and the team do? Because I'm sure that they're watching probably even more film.
Another great question.
Draw up a game plan. So how does that work if you guys sit down together to watch the film?
No, not at all. See, I let them do their thing and I do mine. Because at the end of the day, once we get in the ring, everything is going to change anyway.
That's what people be talking about. Bud don't be listening. Bud going there and do his own thing. But you get into the rhythm. But he was like, yeah, they do their thing. They got the game plan. But I still personally, on my own, go look at the film and see what I see. How about that? I think that's what makes a good fighter, a great fighter. Like he's a student of the game, yo. He's a student of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to them. They do their thing and I do my thing. They come up with the game plan, tell me that. But yeah, I watched the film. He's watching this shit on his own. He said, because once we get in there, it's gonna be different.
No, not at all. See, I let them do their thing and I do mine. You know, because at the end of the day, once we get in the ring, everything is gonna change anyway. You know, these fighters, they might fight one person one way and then it'd be totally different when I get in the ring. So, you know, my coaches, they dissect and study a fighter, and when we go in the gym, you know, they had a game plan to have the things that they have me working on. But in the back of my mind, in the back of my head, I have the things that, you know, I want to do as well.
Stubborn. They said my man is stubborn. That's why they say he's stubborn. Okay, but at the end of the day, he's the one that's going to be in that damn ring, taking the punishment. It was like, yeah, because I'm doing my own homework. Yeah, they got some things they want to work on, but it's other things that I see too, you know. Okay.
How important is this knockout streak to you, man? Because no one else in the welterweight division has had that many. I think it's 10 straight now, right?
I don't know, man. Listen, really? I just go in there and try to get the win. I don't really too much focus on whether I knock somebody out or not. You know, my main focus is make sure I get the win.
But at this point, Bob, with so many in a row, you telling me that's not in your mind?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
And I was,
because it don't matter. It don't matter if you don't get the win. You know, if all the only thing that matters at the end.
And I
was, my man said, he don't know his knockout streak. Y'all think that's cap? He too cool for school right now. Like he don't know. He gotta know that, right? He kind of gotta know that. All right. My man said, nah. He said, I just go in there and look for the win, man. I don't care about the knockout streak. All right.
Sure, I get the win.
But at this point, Bob, with so many in a row, you telling me that's not in your mind?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
And I was,
because it don't matter. It don't matter if you don't get the win. You know, if all the only thing that matters at the end of the day is the win. You know, because it's all gonna resort to the same thing at the end, a win. So, you know, I don't want to go in there looking for a knockout and, you know, rushing into things or get caught with stupid shots that I shouldn't be getting caught with just because I'm looking for a knockout.
That's hilarious. Reggie said, man, he fighting David Venetian. For this fight, he for this fight, the watched Yo MTV Raps. No need to study. Oh, for this fight, he watched Yo MTV Raps. No need to study David Venetian. It's going to be a lyrical beatdown. All right, we shall see. But even still, I want to see it.
Oh,
I want to see him scrap.
Rushing into things or get caught with stupid shots that I shouldn't be getting caught with just because I'm looking for a knockout.
So I got Brandon in Houston that says, with it being fully understood that you wanted to fight before 2022 ended, if PBC could have assured you that Spence fight would be 100% happening in January, would you have been willing to wait for those few extra weeks?
No, because I already stated that I want to fight this year. So why would I put everything on hold when things could have, you know, something else could have came up, you know? Damn.
He said no. He said it. He said if they could have, he was like, we've already been putting it on hold. If they could have assured me it was in January, would you have did it? I said no. I already. He laid the law down. This is what it is. It's this year. Okay. I hope they follow up and ask.
Because I already stated that I want to fight this year. So why would I put everything on hold when things could have, something else could have came up?
Nah, that's not Brandon Washington. He got a producer on his show called Brandon. His producer is Brandon.
Already been out longer than a year already, so I just want to be active.
I mean, and you can't walk away from $10 million for this fighter. As tough as we think he is, he's still not Errol, and that's a lot of money to be not Errol. So that's why you already know I take a lot of stances, and with that, I was definitely not mad, because how the hell do you walk away from that? Like
10 million guaranteed, 5 up front, other 5 before you even walk into the ring. How do you walk away from that?
Errol. So that's why you already know I take a lot of stances, and with that, I was definitely not mad, because how the hell do you walk away from that? Like, that's a lot of money to walk away from. Some of these guys, some of these guys finish their career, they never make that, let alone in one fight. Think about it. It's not a lot of fighters you can name.
A lot of people, they always got an opinion, but at the end of the day, they not feeding your family. They're not putting no money in your pocket. So they just go online and
facts. They ain't putting no money in your pocket. They ain't feeding your family. They don't give a damn about you and what happened to you. They're gonna be on to the next fighter as soon as you take that first loss. Or in this situation, some people turned on Terence Crawford just because he ain't doing what they want him to do right now. Like, you can't make this shit up. He's not lying. He's 1,000% not lying. He's saying, yo, y'all don't give a damn about me. Y'all give a damn about my family? Y'all not gonna feed my family. Fam, you just gonna go online and talk shit about me. You won't even fight me. How about that? Let's go.
At the end of the day, they not feeding your family. They're not putting no money in your pocket. So they just go online and make up, allegations and make up things that, they can put online and have a lot of people say the same thing about, and it's like a chain effect. Everybody that's in a little group, they say, oh, well, such and such said this, so it must be true. Such and such said that, so Terence Crawford lying. Such and such said this, so Terence Crawford ducking. So,
oh yeah, he know what's going on. He got his ear to the street. Stephen Bateman said, I respect that answer. Oh yeah. Okay. I gotta hear that again.
That's in a little group. They say, oh, well.
He said, in a little group. Who y'all think he talking about?
They can put online and have a lot of people say the same thing about, and it's like a chain effect. Everybody that's in a little group.
Shots fired? Maybe?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Say everybody that's in their little groups, they say the same things.
They say, oh, well, such and such said this, so it must be true.
I think he talking about some people out here. What y'all think? Such and such said this, so it must be true. Such and such said this. Talking about people in their little groups. This ain't me saying it. This King Crawford saying it.
Such and such said that, so Terence Crawford lying. Such and such said this, so Terence Crawford ducking. So, you hear the most craziest things on social media. So I just laugh at it, and continue my career and my life, and
take care of my family.
Take care of my family.
I knew it. Take care of my family.
I got Israel Weber in Oklahoma that says, no question.
That was hilarious, huh? Wow. He might have been talking about somebody right there. Yeah, it gets repeated in the echo chamber. I don't know. Everybody got their own little groups out here, I guess. But wow. That was very specific. And then he said people will go out there and say Terence Crawford lying because this guy said that. And we've seen that happen over here all the time, where people will quote some people or they'll say such and such. I'll be like, where you get that from? And basically they'll name a YouTube daddy. And I was like, where he get it from? Like, look, let me go to that video. Let me watch the video. Send me the video. I'm like, there's no evidence in here. It's a bunch of it's a bunch of opinions. And that's okay too, but you gotta come with something more than this is what I believe happened. And that's okay. You can do that, but when people run around and preach it like gospel, that's when it becomes like, gotta put a case on you, homie. you gotta check the receipts on those things. Check the tag too.
I'm sure there will be
listening to
plenty.
some knockoff.
When you're next in Oklahoma, lunch on me.
What part?
Man, I don't know what part.
No, I got family in Tulsa.
He definitely goes to the fights in Tulsa whenever. To you, what fantasy fight would you love to have with any all-time great? Because to me, if and when you beat Spence and Charlo, you will be on that list. And by the way, please give Boots his shot because the whole division wants no smoke with that man. So any fantasy fights you would like? Floyd, right? It's got to be Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd. I think that would have been more of a chess match fight. But to be honest, I think me and Roberto Duran would have been a great fight.
Let's go.
At 35?
I don't know about that, man. There. Somebody said at 35. I like the Floyd. I thought he was going to say Sugar Ray, but he said Roberto Duran.
Match fight.
Okay.
But to be honest, I think me and Roberto Duran would have been a great fight.
At 35?
Yeah, right now, yeah, 100%, sure. I think he would have brought the best out of me because, he would have brought it. He would have brought it, and that would have made me bite down. That have made me, show some.
Oh, his audio. Somebody calling him. So his audio clip.
Champ got a call.
Damn.
That money calling.
He back, champ.
Yeah.
All right. Man, Roberto Duran. So you run into the power because he's a puncher, big puncher.
Yeah.
All time great though.
Yeah.
It's a monster,
but I just want you to know, it's gonna be 3 in a row this weekend. So the Packers getting their ass whooped in Chicago. I need you to know that. I know you a big Pack. That was a long time ago.
You Philly, Tennessee.
They're talking about football.
Right, champ. I take my shirt off.
Hello?
And all the, oh damn, he cut off.
Yeah, but that's pretty much that interview on the gist. All right. So interesting take right there. Crawford got his ear to the streets. So y'all in y'all little groups out here. Get up here spreading nonsense. All right. HOD said Floyd by unanimous decision, Duran by TKO or KO at 35. Okay. At 35. Crawford was a beast at 35 and 40, man. Oh, beast. I want to see how so far so good at 47, though. Gotta see what happens, though. We gotta see what happens. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. Said, oh, okay. I read that one. Alden Johnson, he said, Bud gonna use that to fight the best fight, Spence, because those people really want to see Spence and Crawford. That's what Bud didn't catch on to. They're mad because they want EJ fight. They want the EJ fight his fans. But people this though, they've been bashing this kid though. Even before this was the fight on the line, there's been a lot of people that's been bashing the dude for the longest. And they wasn't even calling for him to fight. They wasn't saying make the fight back then. They were just saying he ain't fought nobody. He don't deserve to fight. He on the wrong side of the street. Leave your promoter. Like it was all of that. It was none of that. Let's make the fight. Sign the fight. Let's get this shit done. It was just a bunch of insults and trying to discredit the man. It's to the point now there's some people that be like, he ain't fight nobody ever. Like it's because that's the new thing. They discredit him being undisputed now. But if you follow a lot of these guys' channels, they don't even know half these other guys, man. They didn't even cover the Chocolatito shit or some of these other fights, man. They don't be even knowing who these guys is. You know what I'm saying? And they've been doing this shit for a long time. I'm just getting my feet wet. And this ain't even a full quote unquote boxing channel. They just do a full boxing channel. Full boxing channel. That's all they talking boxing every single day. But they don't talk about Monster anyway, unless the nigga got to fight, you know? And he a beast. He said, Mar up here protecting Bud image. I'm just talking, homie. I'm hosting. Giving my opinion, just like other people give their opinion. You get your opinion all the time. Ain't nothing to protect, homie. This man going in there and fight. He's going in there and fighting. Putting his life on the line. Ain't gonna make a nice paycheck at the same damn time. I ain't mad at him. Hell no. I'm all for it. But without further ado, it was something else I wanted to touch on. Matter of fact, I'll do that on the next one. I'll make a video for that. But we got to talk about that. All right. Let me see what they saying in the chat, and I'm going to keep it moving. Bud and Spence gonna make us crazy. Bud and Spence gonna make crazy money if they fight. Make the best fight in boxing. Make it happen next year. I hope so, bro. He said that's the fight people truly want. It's the fight people truly want. Even the haters towards the fighters want to fight. It's money. Yeah. I agree, man. Even the haters, man. I think that's what it is now. But it is what it is, man. We can't go back and unring a bell. But like I said, it was a time where they won't calling them they won't saying, oh, we need to make the fight. It was just calling them derogatory names and making crazy images of the man on the screen. Yeah, that ain't. And then, but even then, that comes with it. But I think the problem is the fight not happening is for different reasons, though. Outside of that, what he's talking about, he ain't even talking about the derogatory shit. He's talking about where this is true because such and such said it in their groups. This is Jerry in Baltimore. What's up, family?
Word. What's happening, brother?
Talk to me.
Very difficult to not like Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is he's a very mild-mannered guy for being such a killer in the ring. You know, when you see him interviewed and when you just see him, talking, he's very mild-mannered. And that's probably why he's such a good fighter. You know, he doesn't seem to get too emotional one way or the other. Not too up, not too down. I don't blame Bud Crawford for moving on from the Spence negotiations. Those negotiations went on long enough. He had a good offer presented to him. And so nobody can really blame him, but I don't blame Errol Spence either. It's not Errol Spence's fault. Errol doesn't finance the fight. He can't make the fight. I'm sure he wants to fight. And Bud has said the same thing, you know, that Errol wants to fight. It's not Errol's fault. And you can't blame Bud. I'm not going to make a big deal over Avaneshan. He's not a top player, regardless of what people are saying and regardless of his recent little bit of success. I mean, I don't know who he's been beating, but it hasn't been anybody of note. I'm pretty sure I heard he got stopped by Kavalauskas, which, you know, there's no shame in that, really. Kavalauskas is a strong fighter, and this Avaneshan, I watched some YouTube videos of some of his fights. He's a strong guy, but I expect Bud to make easy work out of him.
For $10 million. For $10 million, bro. Golly.
Yeah. I also read that. Yeah, but I read somewhere that Bud has to pay the other fighters out of that $10 million.
I ain't never heard of that. Where you get that from?
I read that a guy was talking that in the chat the other night.
That's what he's talking about. Did he put a link? Did he say what article?
No.
Yeah, man, come on, bro. People just be spreading that shit. That's the shit he was just talking about. I heard somebody say it from this group, this little group, so it must be true and shit like that. And then they go out there and spread that to other people. Man, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I'm a big Bud fan. Bud's probably my favorite active fighter. But I'm still 50-50 that this fight comes off this weekend. So the money that they're talking about, the paying Bud Crawford, this app, I've looked for this app. I can't even find it. I can't find it.
Oh, it's out there. And people are, I know a lot of people already bought it.
Yeah, well, I can't find it.
Where
I got 5 or 6 smart TVs.
Oh, okay. What app? Oh, I don't know. What you
Yeah,
tried
I'm
to
hoping that I can.
did you search in to try to download the app? What happens when you type in BLK Prime?
Nothing. They didn't come up with nothing.
Okay. Well,
but
crazy.
you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really that savvy at this shit. I'm gonna have my daughter.
I know, because you don't know how to click the link on YouTube neither, so it's all good, sir.
No, it's not that. I told you I got this AT&T tower behind my house, and my connection is faulty. Every time I try to go my cell phone.
Somebody said go to the Play Store. Yeah, he probably could. If anything, he got the TV like that. He can do it on his phone and cast it to the TV. Do you got a Fire Stick?
No.
Okay, you don't have a Fire Stick. Your TVs are just straight smart TVs. Are they Roku TVs? Samsung? What you got?
My different kinds. I got Vizio, LG. You know.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to get it. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. They'll figure it out for you.
I'm gonna get it figured out. Yeah.
Yeah, but
even
it's
with
definitely
that,
a way
man,
to do it. If you got a smart TV, like it's definitely a way to do it. But
even with that, I hope that the card comes off. To be honest with you, I'm hopeful because I want to see Bud get his money. I want to see him fight, and but I've seen these independent cards fall out at the last minute. I've seen that before.
Well,
and the
did you hear what Bob Arum said? Well, they already don't pay so much. Do you would throw that much money away? Because Bob Arum did an interview and he said David Avenetian's been paid already. He said, I talked to Frank Warren and I do know that. He said he's been paid. He said, and it's not no chump change. Did you hear the Bob Arum interview when he said that?
No, I didn't hear that.
I'm gonna pull it up.
That's another thing. I heard that Crawford got half of his money. I mean, they're doing things. Maybe they're trying to be pioneers, but the thing is, if this is their first endeavor in boxing with those
It's not
type
their
of
very
economics,
first. This their biggest event. This their biggest shit. They did a couple events before. Nothing is big, but they are working with another promoter.
the fight's got losses written all over it. Yeah. That's my point. And to launch into this, and taking immediate losses, you're talking millions of dollars possibly, depending on how it sells, because Bud Crawford blamed the ESPN app for his poor sales against Porter, and that's probably one of the biggest apps out there. This app is hard to find. I'm not. They have.
Can you hear this? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play this. I don't know if the audience can hear it. Let me click play right here. I'm gonna take this off the screen. I know if they hear it. If I see it. Wait, that's
It's just, I don't want to go into it because it's none of my business. But I know from Frank Warren that every nickel in that contract is in the bank. But I do know certain things. I do know certain things that I can confirm, that the money paid to Avenetian has all been paid.
Could you tell
and
us
it's
roughly?
not chump change. It's just, I don't want to go into it because it's none of my business. But I know from Frank Warren that every nickel in that contract is in the bank. But
that fight ain't stopping, bro. If it's not stopping over money, Jerry. I'm trusting Bob on this. He was like, look, every nickel. You don't put that kind of money up just to say, nah. Or depending on the fighter to pay the guy out of his purse. No, that guy's already been paid. Crawford's already been paid. I know it seems impossible for some people, but yeah, it's done. Like, let's not make up
that's fine. I'm hopeful that it does come off. But like I say, I've seen independent cards get canceled at the last minute for all kinds of different reasons over the years by big promoters like Don King. And, you know, I hope that it does come off. I don't see how they're going to make money on it, but hey, if they feel
that ain't even our business,
man,
how they make their money. That ain't even our business.
Well,
we want to see. We supposed to be concerned with a good fight, right?
Well, the good fights don't happen without the money. You see, that's why if you're a boxing fan, you got to pay attention to the money. I ain't getting none of the money. That's true. But you got to watch the money, because without the money, the big fights don't happen. And that's why I always look into that. Now, you know, it could be that boxing is going to wind up on apps like this. So I wish them success, because, you know, Showtime looks like they're backing out of the business of boxing, and HBO is long gone out of boxing now.
Showtime don't look like they're getting out the business of boxing. They just got this big ass Tank Davis card pulling up. That's a nice card. They got Boots in this. They got Rashidi Ellis on that card versus Boots. That's gonna be great. They got Boo Boo. They just got Boo Boo Andrade over there. Shit, they got the Tank Davis versus Garcia fight coming up. That don't sound like somebody getting out of business, dog.
Well, all you got to do is look at Showtime subscriptions and study up on it. They're running on about half of the subscribers that they had just 5 years ago.
That's a whole other conversation, though. And I've heard that narrative repeated.
It's not a conversation, because that's how they paid for boxing. That's not a different conversation.
No. I'm talking about what I'm actually see them doing. I can hear people on YouTube tell me all day, Showtime going out of business. But what I see happening is Showtime just made a big ass card. That card.
Well, you don't have to listen to people on YouTube. You can go and read up about Showtime.
Well, I'm seeing what they're doing there. You don't see the fights that they're making though.
Well, they got some fights there, yeah. But I'm telling you, Showtime is not far from being out of the boxing business. This is by their own representatives have made statements in regards to that.
Who said that?
Some of their own executives.
Give me the executive. I gotta look it up. Showtime executive saying we getting out of boxing, because I'm sure that would have came across my desk.
The Showtime
boxing
subscription package.
We are Showtime boxing. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm typing it in.
I mean, look, I don't want them out of boxing. Boxing has went straight downhill since HBO got out of boxing. But HBO got out of boxing for a reason. And Showtime has cut back their budget on boxing. That's a known fact. It's not that they're not having any cards, but they weren't even behind the Spence Crawford fight, really. By Stephen Espinosa's own representation, he told them, we don't want to make Bud Crawford a insult offer. That should tell you something. That a fight like that, they no guaranteed money. Listen, I hope it does come off. But getting back to BLK Prime, I hope that their fight comes off and is a success, because my point is running out of places and providers of boxing. Boxing's got to land somewhere, and it's probably going to wind up landing on these apps, just like Broners said a couple weeks ago. Also, shout out to Mills Lane. Mills Lane died the other day. Today, I think it was. Sure you know who Mills Lane is.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion, fought over the weekend in a stay busy fight.
I already did the story on that, Jerry. I don't want to go too far. We already covered that.
Well, I'll just say this. Usyk is not beating Tyson Fury. Not beating him.
All right.
Joe
Jerry,
Joyce has a
Jerry,
better
I
chance.
need to go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Joe Joyce had what?
I think Joyce has a better chance. Usyk's a good fighter, no question about it. But he's too small. He's going to have to get inside on Fury, and he's not going to be able to do it. If he does, Fury will lean on and lay all over him. And even Fury, when he tries to come in, Fury he can just throw his arms up like he does all the time. He just throws those big ass Gumby arms up, and you can't get past it.
Right.
If Usyk had a better punch, if he had like Tyson speed and punch type qualities, I'd give him a slightly better chance. But nah, he's not beating Tyson Fury. It's going to be a boring fight and probably go to distance because Usyk can box good enough. But I just can't. I don't see it happening. Joyce, on the other hand, is a big dude.
Hey, look, they said Jerry danced all past that misinformation so smooth that you was passing out. They said you was giving out misinformation about Showtime.
Okay.
Even with that, like they said, the same person that told you Bud had to pay all the fighters from his purse.
I actually read that in a couple places, and it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, what I heard initially was that Abomination was going to get $6 or $7 million.
Where are you reading? What publications do you read?
Well,
you say you read this somewhere. I just need to know.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you that's what I heard. I heard Abomination was getting good money too, like $6 or $7 million.
But did you read it or you seen it on YouTube?
Yeah, I read it on I think boxing called.
Because I follow a lot of those online news sites like Boxing News 24, Boxing Scene, Box Talk, Box Nation. It's a whole bunch of them, but that shit right there, I ain't seen that about he had to pay him out his purse, and I damn sure didn't see nothing about Showtime. Exec says they're leaving boxing.
Well, that you can look into. I mean, I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying that Bud Crawford definitely is paying the fighters out of his purse. I'm saying that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I wouldn't be entirely surprised, but like again, I heard hearsay. Now I heard Abomination's getting $1 million. Do you know what his purse is?
Nope.
No.
I ain't really looked into it yet, man. It never came up. Everybody just been having the same conversation you've been saying about how the fight ain't gonna happen and they can't afford to pay Crawford, or Crawford ain't worth $10 million. Like that's all of what I'm hearing, and which is crazy talk to me. I'm like, damn, crazier things have happened. Some people didn't think Jake Paul is worth the money he get paid, but he get that money. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And he ain't never.
Yeah, but he also gets the pay-per-view sales.
Yeah, he get that money too. You don't know that until you give them the money up front. Like them dudes was getting money already. They came in the game getting straight to the money with doing the zone cards.
Who?
The Paul brothers, these YouTubers. They was getting straight to it right off the gate. But I gotta take some more calls though, Jerry, man. You got anything else before I let you go?
Nope. Other than like I say, I hope the fight comes off. The economics look way skewed, but they maybe know better than me. But I just hope it comes off, and I hope Bud wins, and we get the Spence fight next year.
Yes, sir. Thanks for your time, Jerry.
All right, man.
Amen. Good call. Wow. That was interesting. Lisa Bell said Boxing 24 is trash. She said they don't even proofread nowadays. All right, but Bob Arum said the money's in the bank, whatever it is. He said, and I tell you this, it's not chump change. Every nickel is there. And it ain't no chump change. That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Simple as that. All right. Phone line's still open. 470-705-9507. 470-705-9507. You call in, give me your reaction to the Terence Crawford interview or the Teofimo Lopez interview. Somebody said stop at HOD. The 7-Eleven manager. What does the 7-Eleven manager say? She said they don't even proofread. Rob G said Jerry lost in the sauce. Somebody said, bro. Yeah, bro, he heard it on YouTube. Mark, hey, look, I'm just saying, man. Yeah. Damn, Stephen Bateman said he heard he getting $3 million. I heard he getting $10 million too. Yeah. That's how we do it nowadays. We just add stuff to it. I heard they giving both of them 10. Well, he getting 10 up front. David Avenetia getting 100,000, but he can make up the 10 million on the back end. Off the back end, you know how niggas do. My man Jerry said he following money. I should have asked him about how much money. So like, so how much money does such and such get paid on the back end? How much did he make off the back end? Because we could say, well, percentage of this. Well, how much did he get? How many pay-per-view sales did he get? Like, what's the real number? Like, I mean, down to the exact number, like 244,388. The exact number, because it's somebody has an exact number. We never know those exact numbers, man. We never know the exact numbers. Somebody said, who fought better comp, Virgil or Ennis? Arguably Virgil. Arguably Virgil fought better comp. I would say Virgil. I'll say Virgil fought better comp. Somebody said, shout out to Jerry. HLD said, Mart sent you the TO video clip on Twitter. Let me see. Let me check it out. What is it? What is it? Let me see. Yo, but man, back to real quick before I get any further. Man, Zab Judah got to stop this Donald Trump shit. I'm about to end this shit too real quick after this. Cause I got some other content we need to do for the members. I got. Okay, so this TO going off on Devin Haney. Let me see. He said, I don't like him and I don't like his father. Let's go. Let me see. We'll fast forward through some of this. Sandro Martin, Regis. Talking about Josh Taylor at 140. All right, cool. Let me put the screenshot up and I'll play this. It's a short clip. It's short. We'll play this and react to this. And we can land the plane.
Teofimo Lopez going to be fighting.
He said no Twitter. Hold on. Yeah, when I click on it, it take me to YouTube, bro. Seeing you clip with you on Twitter though, no Twitter. Hey, whatever link you sent is coming in on YouTube, but it's playing though. It's good.
Team, we got to get him out the way, and then I could definitely comfortably answer those questions to you guys afterwards. Yeah. However, yes, the world titles are in my mind. Yes, to become a two-time undisputed world champion is in my mind.
They said two-time undisputed. There you go again. She said that's not the one. That's the one you sent me, bro. This is what you gave me. I'm reading it right here. Okay. But this is good, though. I'm going to play this one. This is cool. Let me hear this.
It is. And yeah. Devin Haney, you guys been going back and forth. What's going on with that?
Not too much to really mention. I don't really have much to say about those guys, really. I think that honestly, really everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. We don't like each other. I don't like him. I really don't. I don't like his father. I don't like him as a fighter. I don't think that he has the skill sets. I don't think that he has what it takes to be a true champion. Listen, even if he beat Kambosos, anybody could have beaten Kambosos that day.
Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that. Anybody could have beat him that day. Okay, let me continue where I was at.
It's really, I think that honestly, really everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. We don't like each other. I don't like him. I really don't. I don't like his father. I don't like him as a fighter. I don't think that he has the skill sets. I don't think that he has what it takes to be a true champion. Listen, even if he beat Kambosos, anybody could have beaten Kambosos that day. Just being honest. So, and people explain about my part. My part is I was very ill going into that fight. So, things like that, and I believe that it'll definitely come around. Me and Devin Haney will definitely face each other eventually in the near future. You know, right now he has other things. He has a lot on his hands right now. You know, he has to defend all his undisputed titles against Vasily Lomachenko. You know, who is one of the best fighters of today's era.
I see a New York cat.
That's crazy. He's shitting on Kambosos like anybody could have beat Kambosos. You didn't beat him. Come on, bro. We can't do that. But Loma, Loma, he's gonna fight Loma, blah blah blah, who's one of the best fighters in the world. But you come on, bro. Why you gotta keep shitting on Kambosos, bro? He didn't do nothing illegal, bro. He did nothing nefarious, and you still just shitting on Kambosos. Kambosos don't deserve that, right? Not from a guy who said I was gonna knock him out in the first round, and you got dropped in the first round. Anybody could have beat Kambosos.
You're gonna be headlining Madison Square Garden. How does that feel?
Man, I mean, how would it not feel? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's Madison Square Garden. It's the Mecca of Meccas. It's the Mecca of boxing.
He said, I don't like him. I don't like his father. Okay. Right now, he got his hands full. All right, cool.
There because after Caleb Williams,
let me go back to what he said.
I'm always going to thank Jesus for that part, you know, because he saved me in every way possible, you know. So I'm very thankful for everything and the opportunities that I have now. It's all about just setting a better tone and a better movement for the world.
All right, you're facing Sandor Martin. He's top rank. He's in the top 10. He's an underdog, but he shocked the world with Mikey Garcia. He was also an underdog in that fight. How do you match up with him? How does he match up with you? Talk to me about the fight.
To be honest, it's a great matchup. You know, this is the guy that we actually wanted to fight in the meantime, while everybody's occupied with their own dance partner at the moment. You know, obviously, if you guys don't know, Josh Taylor, he'll be fighting again against Jack Catterall, part 2 in February. So, and then Regis Prograis was facing Jose Cepeda. So a lot of top calibrated fighters in this division at 140. However, the best option we had at the moment was Sandor Martin. And I mean, he just came off of a high decorated win against arguably one of the best Mexican fighters of this era, Mikey Garcia, 4th divisional champion, world champion. So it's all about those things now. This matchup is very great for myself. It goes to show where is my mindset at now, taking over at 140. Is this the takeover, or is this another repeat of last year's defeat?
All right, so you are at 140. Is Josh Taylor the goal right now for you? Is he the main inside? Is it Regis? Is it Josh? Is it all of them?
None of them are in my sight right now as we speak, because I have to finish this fight first. December 10th, that's really what the key is right now. Sandor Martin, we got to get him out the way, and then I could definitely comfortably answer those questions to you guys afterwards. Yeah. However, yes, the world titles are in my mind. Yes, to become a 2-time undisputed world champion is in my mind.
It is. And Devin Haney, you guys been going back and forth.
Okay,
what's going on with that?
Not too much to really mention. I don't really have much to say about those guys. Really, I think that honestly, really, everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. We don't like each other. I don't like him. I really don't. I don't like his father. I don't like him as a fighter. I don't think that he has the skill sets. I don't think that he has what it takes to be a true champion. Listen, even if he beat Kambosos, anybody could have beaten Kambosos that day.
Wow, Teofimo Lopez, anybody could have beat Kambosos that day. All right. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think of that. It's your man, Nash. All right. I like Teofimo a lot, but never gave that man his credit for beating you that day. But I get it. He ain't alone. It happens. All right, well, that's it, man. With that said, man, I'm going to close this one out. I got some other stuff I need to do. Always remember, dreams require sleep. Goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. She said, except for him. Right, Karma. Yeah, he didn't beat him. Man. He lost that one, man. Fair and square, too. Lost it fair and square. No excuses. Let me see. I got anything else? Y'all got anything else? No, that's it. Everything else is going to be on members only.
What up?
We close it out. Appreciate y'all time. Appreciate your energy. You made it through 3 hours of this. You are the real MVP. Said Teo injury. He said pneumometalism is rarely serious. Usually resolves on its own as the body gradually reabsorbs the air in the, how you say, mediastinum? Okay. If you say so, bro, I don't know. I don't even get too much in it. I know he was fighting his ass off that night. Even dropped that man. He was at war. He was still swinging at the end. You know what I'm saying? Still swinging at the end, you know? I like T.O., but damn, Power 600, what up? Kyoto said, peace, Mark. All right, man, let's close this shit out the right way. Oh, the survey. Who did y'all have winning tonight? Winning for the Sandor Martin Teofimo Lopez fight. 49%. Nobody, damn, only 10% got Sandor Martin winning this fight. All right. I'm gonna go and end that. Damn, y'all don't play. 49% said T.O. wins by KO. 41% say decision. 9%, man, I might put $10 on Sandor Martin, man, just for the hell of it. What are the odds on this fight? I might put $10 on this shit just to see what happens. You never know. That nigga might have 14-1 odds or some shit like that. 25-1. Depending on the odds, I might put $10-15 on this shit. T.O. did make him flinch in that face-off, though. That face-off was funny. I ain't never seen nobody try to kiss the guy like that, neither. That was kind of weird. Know what the hell he was thinking. So you want kiss now? You want kiss? But really, I think he was just trying to save face because T.O. made him flinch and jump out his damn skin. All right, but look, let's close this shit out the right way. Shout out to you if you heard this whole show. Karma Serene, what up, Queen? What up? Kansas City Mac. What up? Ill Status Boxing. What up? Ace Retro. What up? That guy Eclipse 330. What up? Tank the Sweet Science Examiner. What up? Beyond and Above Media. What up? Pittsburgh T. What up? Thanks for participating in the chat. All the members too who was here tonight. Appreciate y'all. Pittsburgh T. What up? Ben Adams. What up? Juan Epoxy Magic. What up? Kevin Brower. What up? SF City Slicker. What up? I Know Boxing. What up? Stephen Bateman, all the way in Australia, man. Mama, we made it. Gangsta. Appreciate it. Deuce Times. What up? Boxing Lounge. What up? It's Mex. What up? Mike from Boston. What up? Rider of the Storm. What up? Here to there. What up? Miss Queen Snow Bunny. What up? God Body News. What up? Taylor Bell. What up? Maddie Yoel. What up? C. Jones 0224. What up? Cliff Bailey. What up? Con Shonery. What up? Lisa Bell, she never fails. What up? Gangsta. Yo, shout out to my guy Cooking with the Champ. What up? On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. What up? New Media Today USA Boxer. That's my guy Coach Malachi Williams. What up? Gangsta. HL DZ, thanks for the info. What up? Cooking with Sir Senior. What up? Brandon Washington. What up? Born Supreme. What up? Lady Shane Dunn, them season all the way in the UK. What up? Gangsta. Dub right side. What up? Kyoto. What up? D Bevel the Champ. What up? Rob G Films. What up? And of course that big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln. What up, gangsta? Hell yeah, man. All right, man. Love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all at the regular flagship show tomorrow. I'm gonna record some members only content for you guys that it should be popping up on your timeline tomorrow around 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And if you are friends and family, you'll get the early release. Other than that, I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. Remember, man, respect is free. Disrespect can cost you everything: your family, your freedom, your life, your finances. You know, so show love, you'll get love. And if not, just get the fuck away from people. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this broadcast. I'll see y'all on the next one. Sometimes we're going to argue, we're going to agree, we're going to disagree. We're going to see a lot of things different in life. But never forget, homie.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Dry, motherfucker.
This that squad side.
This is madness.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made it possible, and so did viewers like you.